evening. Hello. I felt like streaming the game. Or playing the game, really. So I might as well stream it. um, I've been playing this in Hollow Knight off stream. Well, not this off stream. I've been playing Hollow Knight, the first game off stream. Because I didn't do everything in Hollow Knight. So I've been going back through it slowly. And I gotta say, damn, that game is so much easier than this one. Hollow Knight is fucking. Well, the Knight from Hollow Knight is fucking strong. Like, I feel overpowered in Hollow Knight, the first game, compared to this. It makes Hornet look weak as fuck with the contrast. And it also makes Hollow Knight. It makes the Knight from Hollow Knight look rich as fuck, too. Because the amount of money you get is so much easier to get in that game. Like, I don't know what to do with all the money I got. But in this bitch, god damn, I feel like a pauper, man. I feel like I'm poor as fuck. I'm a brokey. Can't get a crumb. Not even a crumb. I'm scrounging and scrapping, dude. But 1 second. Yeah, we're gonna play it tonight. I'm gonna play Silent Hill tomorrow, though. If I do stream tomorrow, we're gonna be playing Silent Hill. But I was gonna play it tonight. The only reason I'm not playing it is because I didn't download it. I thought I downloaded it already, but no, I didn't. So we're gonna play that tomorrow. Because, you know, it's spooky season. 1 second, I gotta sneeze right quick. It's spooky season. I want to be in that spooky mood. We're gonna be playing some other scary shit too, not just that. There's that one game called Trust Me, I Am a Human. I think that's what it's called. I was interested in that from a while ago. And it's finally out now. Also, Hades comes out this week, I think. Yeah, I think Hades comes out this week. In that Sonic kart racer, or racer, because it's not just kart racing. It's racing in general. You get hoverboards too. That comes out this week. I already have that game though. I just need to install it. But it doesn't, I can't play it until like, what, Thursday? Yeah, I think it's Thursday. The 25th. But yeah, we're gonna be playing a bunch of shit this week. I already have Hades. I had the early access, but it's gonna be like a official release apparently this week. There's so many damn games. I need to go back and look at some other shit that I have not played yet. But yeah, we're gonna be playing through this. We're gonna be playing Silent Hill and some other shit I forgot about. We're gonna be playing a lot. There's also some boomer shooters I'm gonna play that just came out or got like remasters. So anyway, let's jump in. I'm stalling. These are the only two files I got. We're gonna go to this one because this one I got the most hours on. I'm the most further in. Like, I don't even have any rosaries, man. I got 0 rosaries, dude. Although some of them I do have in like rosary strings. Like, bottled water is vile water, dude. This place sucks. I hate this place. It's gonna take me a bit of getting used to because I've been playing Hollow Knight, and that game is much easier than this. The only difference is that the Knight doesn't move as fast as Hornet. Otherwise, the game's a breeze to play. Like, it takes no amount of hits from the Knight, even early on in the game, to kill anyone. Like, she takes forever to kill anyone in this fucking game. They got like 8 fucking hits. Look at this motherfucker, dude. I leveled up the nail and everything, and they still taking a while to kill. Even leveled up my my fucking, what do you call it? What is this shit called? The crest? Is that what it is? Yeah, crest. I leveled up my crest too, and I'm still struggling out here. This motherfucker killed. He committed suicide. I mean, he unalived himself. Can't say that other word. Reminds me of someone else who tried to unalive themselves today. After another incidents of political violence, apparently. I need to look more into that guy. But he apparently tried to assassinate the president. Damn. I don't know how, I need to look into that case, because I don't know how genuine that is. All these assassination attempts I gotta question a lot of the time. Especially when you're dealing with a shady mofo like Trump and his regime. They lie so damn much and fake so much shit. You can't trust anything they're saying. Like, especially after they tried to fake a Epstein fucking video with AI. Like, what the fuck are they trying to pull here? You can't trust anything they claim after they do that. After they do that, you gotta question everything they've ever claimed. Every threat they ever claimed they got. You gotta start questioning it. I don't know where the hell I'm going. What? Where am I trying to go? I don't even have to go there. Yeah, this game is much harder than Hollow Knight. Like, after coming from Hollow Knight, I gotta fucking relearn this game. This game is fun though, I'm addicted to it. Bitch. Are you gonna snack on me? Ain't happening, partner. Oh, I don't have enough yet. Fuck. What's up, bitch? Oh, shit. And now I can heal at least. He wants to snack on me, dude. He said I'm a snack for real. This thing combos into fucking snack time, dude. What the fuck is that? He didn't do that before. I don't get no invincibility time. Jeez. What a little bitch. Also, regenerating energy to heal with is also quicker than Hollow Knight. The Knight doesn't take any time to regenerate his little what do you call it? The energy bar. He hit people like twice, and you know he's ready to heal himself. There we go. Needed. Oh, them bubbles. Those balls of energy I can't get. That fat fuck's in the way. Okay. Bitch. Bring your ass over here, bitch. Now you want it. Now you don't want it, huh? It hurt, huh? Hurt, didn't it? They got some fucking input reading on these enemies. These basic bitch enemies just read you all day. Don't want to attack you. Oh, what's this fucking... Man, I gotta make it so my mouse pointer does not show on stream. I need to edit that out. It's too damn big. Bitch. Come on, where'd you go? He really wants to snack. He really wants that Scooby snack. Bitch! Oh, now he's cheating. He's straight up cheating now. That's crazy. That's crazy work. I think that's all of the nasty roaches. Those are literal roaches. They're annoying like literal roaches. So it makes sense. More bitey than real roaches, though. Unless there's some roaches I don't know about that. Bite as... I mean, the devs are from Australia. They probably got, like, some vicious cockroaches down there that do bite the fuck out of you, to be honest. So, I don't know. Maybe that's a thing in Australia. You got so many weird, dangerous animals down there. The only animal I would fuck with in Australia are the wombats. The wombats are so sweet and friendly. Everything else, no. I don't even know where the hell I'm going. Oh, I know where I'm going. I need to go up. I need to get to the bug station. We're gonna go to the bug station. We're gonna unlock some doors. Oh, I already unlocked another door in another location, but I forgot where the hell I did that because it's been a while since I played this. I did it off stream too, but I need to go back there and show it on stream. Bitch. Oh, there's also another market I need to go to. I did that off stream, but there's more shit I can get from that one market. I need money though. The place is expensive to play. There's like a thing that's like in Zelda. You get to play these market games in this game. Like targeting practices is very Zelda coded. But it's so expensive compared to Zelda. It's expensive as fuck. You gonna play them. You gonna play them carnival games. You're gonna go broke unless you know what the fuck you're doing. In this game, anyway. I'm glad I'm wide awake while doing this. Oh, speaking of, I got a drink in the freezer I need to get out before it bust. One moment. You know what? I was talking about some real world stuff and in Indonesia came up. And I mistakenly called it a former British colony, but I was confusing it with Singapore. I mean, a former Dutch colony, but still former white settler colonial colony, though, to be, pretty much, not far removed, to be honest. Yeah, Indonesia is cucked, and so is Singapore because of their former colonial status under those white settler colonials. So they're kind of like submissive and very anti. I mean, they're more pro-capitalist and anti-populist to their own people because of that background. That still has effect. Like Singapore got a phony independence. I already talked about that on another stream. But I'm gonna take a drink. This shit is ice cold. It's nice. Oh man, that tasted so good after a run. I just came back from a run, so I was thirsty. Thirsty as fuck. Okay. Speaking of cucked countries, though, yeah, Argentina apparently wants to get bailed out by the U.S., and apparently they're going to oblige him. Even though, it's not our fucking country. Argentina's in the shit that it is because it's a pro-Western vassal state, pro-puppet state. And that reminds me of this conversation I had on this one Discord I used to be on. Where the subject of price, pricing in different territories came up in regard to like buying video games. And I joked about Argentina being a region where people will change their price, or change their location to get a lower price point because they charge Argentinians less because of they're an IMF puppet state, basically. Their money is really weak there because the U.S. keeps them weak via the IMF. So there's retailers who understand that. So they'll charge them less for things like video games. And they decided to fix, like, the reason their money is, yeah, that's the reason their money is so weak, is because they're an IMF slave, alright? They're a colonial slave to the white colonial IMF. That's why their money is weak. But I was on this Discord, and this motherfucker on Discord thought I was really serious about saying, yeah, you need to do this, instead of just pointing out that this is what people are doing. I was just joking out, this is a trend that people do against awful countries like Argentina, which is one of the biggest dick riders for Israel. They supported the genocide. The president of the fucking country sucks Netanyahu's dick so hard, and he arrests people who badmouth the apartheid state and the genocide they're doing. So if you are gonna do that shit, like change your location to get a lower price, I would say that oh hello. 1 second. I didn't know someone came in. Oh, you're a robot. Bourgeois break. Oh my god, you guys really are Chat GPT. You chose a name like that to come in here. You're a fucking robot. You just take whatever words I say in my stream, and then the bot makes a name out of it. That's funny. Not really. I'm not gonna buy anything, robot. Go away. But yeah. But if you're gonna, like, do that shit I was joking about, yeah, Argentina is not a blameless state. Fuck Argentina. That place is full of Nazis who love genocide and celebrate the fucking genocide against the Palestinians and blowing up children. I don't feel sorry for them. And fuck their evil ass president. He arrests people for calling that shit out. That country needs to fail. Evil ass fucking country. But the U.S. wants to bail it out because they are also, like, second to none, the biggest dick rider of Israel outside of the U.S. itself. I mean, the U.S. is their master, really. They're the master of Israel. So, of course, they're going to support Israel. They fund them. Israel's doing what the U.S. State Department wants to do. Okay, where's my map? Oh, it doesn't work here. That's right. I don't have the map for this area. This place sucks. I hate the mist. Let me get out of here. But yeah, some motherfucker on Discord was saying, well, oh my god, you're gonna make their their money fail because you're gonna change your location on your IP to get a lower price. That's gonna make their money fail. Like, motherfucker, things are gonna go up in cost for them because of the fucking IMF, not me, motherfucker. And I wasn't even serious about that. I was joking about this. I was fucking joking, dude. But that just reminded me of that interaction since, you know, Argentina is begging to be bailed out right now. Not because of anyone changing their location to get a cheaper price on video games. Stupid fuck. It's because of the fucking IMF in the US. And the IMF also demanded Argentina to do austerity, anarcho-capitalist austerity policies, which just made their economy worse. Okay, see? They just suck the shit out of me, these goddamn ghosts. These ghost bitches. They suck. I don't have any money really though. I mean, I got some, but I'm not. It's not gonna make me go bankrupt just losing that amount. But I'll go and get it anyway though. Because the tool equipment is what I really worry about. That shit's in, well, actually, you don't lose that, so never mind. I'll go get it anyway. It's not that far. Bitch. Yeah, you got these bougie people who always think they know what. They always want to blame the smaller problem for the actual problem like people have or a whole country has. Yeah, that little issue of people changing their IP to get a lower price in the game. Yeah, that's what's gonna fuck up their currency, not the fucking IMF demanding they do anarcho-capitalist policies. Like, fuck out of my face. They're telling them to privatize their infrastructure and sell it to rich, wealthy corporations in the U.S. Okay, that's why their money is pitiful. All right. They're telling them to devalue their peso. All right. This is a demand by the IMF. That's why their money is weak. Not because of the shit you're worrying about. Always worried about the wrong problem. That's why shit doesn't improve in this country either. You got shit libs like that who got mad at me on the Discord. I'm like, he can't even fucking understand I was joking. And he's got that like, it's one of those motherfuckers that has that like shit lib, like white authoritative entitlement. Like they just have like this. They're just so entitled to like try to dominate the conversation. And they have a righteous indignation at other people who might know more than they do. I'm the moral authority on anything, even though I don't know shit about the world, because I live in a sheltered, fucking suburban area. Where all I know are just a bunch of other bougie white people. I don't know anything about Argentina. Or anyone who's not a sheltered white person. Like, I hate people like that. They piss me off. That's the problem with this country. Those motherfuckers get mad at the wrong thing and go after the wrong thing. So nothing real gets solved. The motherfuckers like that who are still mad at like China or Russia. They think they're the cause of the problems over here, not their own fucking government. Well, even before Trump. We had problems even before Trump. But before that, they thought, oh yeah, it's just China and Russia. That's why we got problems. Like, no, motherfucker. It's your government. It is the corporations over here that you don't question enough. You just take everything they say at face value. But you can't just wait for Trump to start questioning things. He should have been questioning before he came into the picture. That's how they take advantage of it. Like, you're just gonna have another Trump just with the D next to his name at this point, because people don't get it. They don't get that it's not just one person that they need to worry about. It's their entire system that props up people like Trump. That props up dead corpses like Biden, who was not opposed to the genocide at all, and was blaming Putin for the price hikes over here. He called the prices over here the Putin price hike, as if it was his fault for the prices and not, you know, you putting a fucking sanction on a country and banning some energy commodities that artificially drove up the price of things. And also you're letting the private equity firms run rampant, which also artificially drove up prices on things. That happened before Trump, and they're continuing it. Like, you got to pay attention to this stuff, because then you realize that, like, these parties are not really opposed to Trump, because a lot of the shit is just a lot of the shit that Trump is doing is shit that is just a continuation of stuff that was happening before Trump came into the power, into the picture. Or, like, he's supporting the genocide, even, like, and that was going on before Biden. He's still sending money for that proxy war over in that country I will not name, because fuck that whole operation going on. But that's still going on. They want to leave that place personally, because just like with Biden, who left Afghanistan, the US is losing the fight over there. So at best, all they're going to do is send funds and weapons, but they're not going to personally go over there to fight. They're going to go to places. They want to go to places like Afghanistan and Azerbaijan, because they want to pivot the fight to Chinese ports and transport. And those places overlap more with China and what's going on in China, because the U.S. is fearing China gaining too much ground, and they already won. I mean, they already controlled the exchange of a lot of the raw materials that the U.S. needs to even have weapons, and they even have their jets and all this shit that they want to brag about. Yeah, China controls a lot of the exchange and transport of these components that the U.S. actually needs. So they already lost at this point, when you understand that. So that's why they're trying to pivot to Afghanistan and Azerbaijan and eventually Taiwan. But they're too scared to do Taiwan directly right now, because they see how far ahead in steps that China is, so they're not going to bother right now. They're trying to do the lesser areas first. Trying to go right back to Afghanistan, even after Biden left, because they fucking lost there already. Need to go down. Okay. The U.S. lost there already. It would have lost whether it was Biden or not. It's just like, these countries aren't gonna let some foreigners just fucking walk all over them. They're gonna fight back and dominate eventually, because they outnumber the invaders. So yeah, the locals are gonna win eventually. They're gonna recognize that, yeah, they all gonna recognize, no matter what side they're on, yeah, you are the main issue that we all have to deal with. We need to get rid of you collectively. And that happens. And there's not enough invading white colonials to deal with them all once they all realize that. So they have to fucking run away. That's why Biden ran away. That's why Trump's gonna run away when it's said and done, if they try to do that shit again. Just like they're running away in that Eastern European country I'm not going to talk about, where they got a bunch of Nazis in power running shit. And then you got people coping about, well, sure, they're just Nazis over there, but they're not popular. They're not in the parliament. But then the Nazis will tell you straight up themselves that they know that, but it does not matter that they're not popular in the parliament, or they're not all the parliament members are not, say, the Svoboda party, which is a right-wing Nazi party. It doesn't matter that every parliament member is not a Savota party member. What matters is the influence a party has, no matter how many members there are. This is what the Nazis themselves from those parties point out. We can basically bully the other party members. We don't have to actually have them in our party to bully them. That's what really matters. Influence, not member numbers. Like Hitler, like people need to think about it like Hitler. He wasn't really popular, okay? He didn't win any election. But his party had more influence over everyone because they were backed by, wealthy, figures and powers. They were astroturfed to have influence. Okay, I don't know how I get up here. I need to upgrade maybe. I forgot this was even a thing. How do I get the fuck out of here, man? Like, I'm trying to get to the bug station. I don't see it on my map anywhere. And I went the wrong fucking way to go to Greymore. Okay. Come here, rat bastard. Need to heal. I won't even be able to heal if I go kill him, though. I just need to go down. Shut up, bitch. Fuck off. Oh, shit. Alright, well, I'm just gonna beeline. I'm not even gonna get my souls. Stalled too long here. I hate this place. I don't know why I came back here to start the stream with this in this place. This place sucks. Worst place in the game next to the Mist so far. Playing this back to back with Hollow Knight is something else. It's wild. It is not the same game in any way. Jeez. And then you got France fucking up. France has got a bunch of protests going on. And now Italy's got a bunch of protests going on. Because, yeah, they don't want to support the genocide in Palestine. But France is having protests for a different reason. But yeah, that's why they're having protests in Italy, though. So Palestine, Maloney, is a cucked vassal, and they told, you need to support Israel by the Western powers, the Western coalition, collective West. Tired of these motherfuckers. They suck. Fucking die. Why do you have so much fucking health? Where's fucking enemy? Jeez. He died at least. I just need to hit him enough to heal. I don't know. This motherfucker. Fuck. What the fuck, man? I hate these fucking roaches. He's still not done creating his morsels. I'm not even gonna fight them. I'm not even gonna pick up my souls. I just need to get out of here. I've been here way too long. I was gonna listen to something too, because I might fight a boss. So if I'm gonna die a lot in this episode, we're gonna listen to something in the background. Listen to the daily events, I guess. Oh, I forgot this guy. Sucks. I hate these damn things, man. Damn. You can't even just run past everything, because everything fucking damages you. Everything fucking damages you in this fucking game. In this area, especially. Everything's like lethal. I hate it. At least I'm not sleepy. I can make some progress, but I just need to fucking get out of this hellhole. I hate this place. Can't just run anywhere without getting hit. Fuck, damn it. I wasn't trying to fall. Wish I could just jump over this one enemy, but they have a wide hitbox and they got spikes on their back, so I can't just run and jump over them like a normal human being. Yeah, let's just get it. Let's just go. Can't stand those bastards. Where am I at? Oh, I went past it. What the fuck? Oh, that's right. I gotta hit the switch in the floor. Go all the way down. We're gonna go to Greymoor. The hell out of this awful place. Fuck you. Let's float down. Gotta be careful in this piece. We almost landed on them. Is this the way? No, it's not. That's the one with the fake bench. Apparently that bench does not load. It's a troll bench. Because I've seen other people go to it and they never have it up either. But there's some trick you gotta do to get it. I don't know what it is. Let's go to Greymoor. What's even under here? There's something under here? Oh. Some bullshit. I've already been here, haven't I? I think I have, yeah. Yeah, we've been here. This place sucks. What an abominable place. Let's go back to Greymoor. And I thought Greymoor was annoying. This place is way worse. Oh, Roach is up top. Thank God we're out of there. I can handle what's out here at least. Still annoying, still. Bitch. Where are we going? There it is. We're almost to a bug station. We're gonna go there. Oh, we're at the hotel. Might as well. Oh, you're new. I'll talk to you in a minute. You weren't there before. Who are you, sir? Oh, I know. I've been going to old boss fights areas, and I noticed this snail person that's usually up top here. They're gone now because they're going to the boss arenas that I've killed bosses at. to collect their body parts, and it looks like they're eating them too. It's pretty fucked up. Hoy, sister, I'm sat here all bent and bedraggled, but you look fresh as the day you was hatched. How do you fare so well in these drenched and dangerous lands? Maybe you got a secret you could share. Maybe. None that would offer easy aid, good bug. Whatever luck or savvy brought you this far, may it continue on your journey. My sore shell will cease tormenting me once I reach the Citadel. Well, I have the key to open it, or at least the notes. It's sung that all ills are healed just as soon as we step beyond the Grand Gate. Well, I could open it, but I'm gonna do stuff before I open it because it might like do a point of no return, and I don't want that to happen. How much money I got? 60? It's not bad. For how much I lost anyway. Roach guts. To crawl, and I don't even know who they are. Retrieve pale oil from the Citadel. So we just gotta go there. We're not far from being done with that. Okay. Only about 13 more we gotta do. 13 kills of new enemies. I don't think I've killed one of those people in the blaster area. So we gotta go there. But I think there's a location I opened up. Where was it at? Not the blasted steps. I think it was literally the far fields. Let's go to the deep docks first, though. I forgot where it was, but I'm pretty sure it's near here. Yeah, France. I was talking about France. Yeah, the reason they're suffering is because Africa is becoming more independent, and France they leached for so long off of Africa. They got paid colonial taxes after they gained independence, and they've still been leeching off the resources of Africa even after independence, because they used to occupy these African countries. But their industry stayed even after the actual ruling figures left. Their industry stayed and continued to leech off of Africa. In Africa, a bunch of African nations have been kicking them out. Ivory Coast is the latest this week. They're kicking out the French puppets over there, which is, I say, is good. Fuck those European parasites. They need to get the fuck out. If they're so, self-sufficient and good at everything, like they are the source of anything good, they're the only ones who know how to do anything, then they should, they can just not leech off of Africa then. Just do everything by yourself. Stop leeching off the resources of Africa. Fuckers. But of course, that's not true, and that's why France is suffering a big chunk of why. Is it in here? Might not be. Let me sit down before I continue. Also, funding that proxy war in Eastern Europe is not helping France either. It's another factor. Another reason I that the West wants to fight that country in the East, which I won't say the name of, is also because they give fairer trade deals to African nations in the global South in general. So the Nazis in Europe and in the U.S. hate that shit. And that's the real reason why they're trying to fight that Eastern European country. Well, the country west of Eastern Europe, or east of Western, east of Eastern Europe. They're trying to fight them for that reason, to maintain their colonial hegemony. And it's, you know, it's not having good economic effects, alright? Wanting to maintain racist hegemonies is very expensive. And that's why we're seeing the results we're seeing in a lot of these European countries, in France, in Belgium, in these Dutch nations, in the UK. They like to throw shit. I'm gonna throw shit. Yeah, the tools are really good once you level them up and start using them. They want to fearmonger and make people think that that eastern country that's above China actually wants to invade Europe to justify donating more of the tax money to fight the proxy that's interfering with their colonial hegemony in places like Africa and the rest of the global south. This is why they support Nazis over in the country they're using as a proxy war against that eastern country. This is why the US did Operation Aerodynamic, which was about propping up Nazis in that Eastern European country. And they're still there. Was it down here? Oh, I know where I need to go. I need to go to Hunter's March. I don't have enough money, so never mind. Huh. Is that where I need to go? Let me go down. I see that one shape. Yeah, I think that might be it. Or something is there that I need to interact with. Oh, never mind. That's just where the boss fight was. That's what an icon is indicating where we fought a boss. Yeah, we did certainly fight a boss there. I need to look at this map for real. It might be in the deep docks that I need to go. No, I don't see anything. Oh, I need to go to Hunter's March. Okay, let's go back there. I thought so. Well, good thing we're near a bug station. I'll just go there. Not yet. Yeah, no, not there, but... How does this connect to Hunter's March? It does. Oh, it does. But how do I get there from here? Keep going east. I'm gonna just take the train or the bug station. Let's just take the bug station. So sit down just in case. Oh, we don't have one that goes to Hunter's March. What would be the closest way to get there? I'm in far field, so I guess I could just walk there. Let's just walk then. Apparently I never got a Hunter's March map. Or a station, I guess, is what I really mean. But there's no station I've gotten for Hunter's March. It's unfortunate. Bitch. Yeah, I throw shit too now. Motherfucker. He died in one hit. Did he get hit by my boomerang though? Probably got partially hit by it. We already got that. Whatever it was. Forgot what it was. Yeah, then from there I can just go up. Okay. That killed him quick. Or unalived him quick. Oh, we never opened this? Huh. Oh, we got that shortcut for whenever we need it. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, alright, alright. Come on, come on. Stop tripping, boy. Need to go up top. We're gonna crack this code. We're gonna make progress today. I think I'll just go into the Citadel since I already have access. I just haven't opened it up personally. Need some raid. No, it's not that way. Okay. Shit! I hate these things. They're about as annoying as real fire ants. Seriously. And wasps. Fire ants are really related to wasps. They're just wingless wasps, to be honest. That's why they bite so much harder than normal ants. They suck. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell is that? I need to go to that statue and see if my notes will work on that oh shit, I almost ran in there. Wait a minute. Yeah, we gotta go that way. Oh, fucking bitch. I forgot all about this loser. He sucks. Fucking loser. Why are you hitting me? Only I'm supposed to do that. I forgot I got the charge attack, but it didn't work. The thing about the charge attack is that you don't get soak whenever you use it. At least I don't notice ever getting soak whenever I use it. It's probably good to use it sparingly. Is this where I fought another boss? I think it was. It's just another boss arena we're in. Okay, it's not anything special. Trolled again. I guess I'll just go to the Blasted Fields or whatever the hell it's called. I know there's a door there. It's the door to the Citadel. Okay. To make up for the stalling, 1 second. We're gonna listen to something in the background until I get to where I need to go to. I'm also getting thirsty again. My mouth gets dry when I talk. Too much. I mean, everybody's does, but it's dry now. That's what I'm trying to point out. God damn. I'm trying to do select all. Antifa order. Really? Is that a real thing? There's an Antifa order? They called it Antifa? What? They just really try. Like, I don't even know the last time I ever heard from anything about Antifa. Antifa isn't even a real organization. Anybody can claim to be Antifa, even some feds LARPing. Want to blame some people they're claiming are anti-fascist when they're just a bunch of fascists who are working for the FBI, for all we fucking know. Vegas Strip can't be. Well, yeah, I already know Vegas is dead. I don't know. I might listen to that. Let's hear it. Let's hear their answer. Let's see if they got it right.
For decades, the Las Vegas Strip was the big...
They don't point out the fucking private equity firms and the fucking tariffs, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm gonna turn it off.
Beating heart of Sin City. For decades, the Las Vegas Strip was the beating heart of Sin City, a glittering stretch of neon lights, legendary casinos, and unforgettable shows.
Now it's a literal desert, like the surrounding area.
It was a place where dreams were made, where tourists came from around the world to live like kings for a weekend.
No one out of the country wants to come here anymore.
That dream is fading fast. The Strip that once defined Vegas is now fighting for survival, and the truth is harsh, nobody can save it. The signs of decline are everywhere. Iconic casinos like the Sahara and the Stardust have been demolished, replaced by sterile mega projects that lack the magic of the past. The cheap buffets, the quirky attractions, the feeling that anyone could belong, all of it has been replaced by corporate uniformity and endless fees.
Yeah.
Instead of drawing people in the Strip, is now driving them away. Tourists complain about $25 cocktails, $50 buffets, and $40 parking fees, wondering how the city that once welcomed everyone has turned into a place only the wealthy can afford. Locals avoid the Strip, entirely calling it unrecognizable. And while corporations boast record profits, the streets feel emptier, the energy dimmer, and the soul of Vegas weaker than ever. This isn't just a slump, it's a crisis. In this video, we'll uncover why the Strip is dying, why no one, not tourists, not locals, not even the corporations can save it, and what the slow death of the Strip means for the future of Las Vegas itself. The Las Vegas Strip was once more than just a street. it was a living, breathing spectacle. In the 1980s and 1990s, visitors spoke of the Strip as if it were a fantasy world. Neon lights blazed across the desert sky, showgirls dazzled in feathers and sequins, and casinos like the Sahara Stardust and Frontier gave every tourist the feeling they had stepped into a dream. Back then, the Strip had personality. Each property had its own theme, its own character, and a sense of uniqueness that kept people coming back year after year. But as time passed, that magic began to fade. One by one, the old landmarks fell. The Sahara, once a playground for icons like Frank Sinatra and the Rat Pack, closed its doors in 2011
eons ago.
Rebranded into a modern shell that few recognize. The Stardust, famous for its neon sign and old-school charm, was imploded in 2007. Its site later turned into the sterile Resorts World Las Vegas. The quirky, affordable, and deeply memorable pieces of Vegas history have been bulldozed to make way for polished mega resorts that look more like corporate shopping malls than fantasy casinos.
'Cause that's what they are, yeah.
Visitors feel the difference. Instead of the intimate, character-filled spaces that defined old Vegas, the modern Strip feels cold, massive, and interchangeable. Walk into one property and it looks almost identical to the next. Where there was once mystery and allure, now there are
every store looks the same.
Luxury boutiques, and sterile hotel lobbies.
Other than the corporate logo.
The very thing that made people travel across the world to see the Strip is gone. Even the entertainment has changed. The classic variety shows and quirky acts have been replaced with hyper-priced residencies and sports spectacles. While stars like Celine Dion or Adele draw huge crowds, the ticket prices, often hundreds of dollars, alienate the everyday tourists who once filled the Strip. The charm of catching an unexpected, affordable show has been replaced by carefully marketed events designed to maximize corporate profit. The result is a profound shift in identity. The Strip no longer feels like a place where anyone could belong. Instead, it feels like a sanitized corporate product, flashy on the outside, empty on the inside. Locals admit they no longer recognize the Strip that once defined their city, and tourists increasingly say it's just not the same anymore. The decline of the Strip's magic is the first sign of its downfall. Without that unique sense of wonder, Vegas is just another expensive destination. And when the magic disappears, the next problem takes center stage, the brutal price spiral that is driving ordinary
Nobody's paying to go there or Disney World.
If the loss of magic has dimmed the appeal of the Las Vegas Strip, the relentless price spiral has pushed many visitors over the edge. What once made Vegas unique was the idea that anyone rich or poor could come to the desert and feel like royalty for a weekend. Buffets were cheap, rooms were affordable, and drinks flowed freely.
I've never been to Vegas. I don't think I missed out at all.
A dream and more like a financial trap, where every step seems designed to drain your wallet. Start with hotel rooms. In the 1990s, you could find stays for as low as $39 a night at hotels like the Excalibur or Circus Circus.
Wow, that sounds like a dream now.
Charges. Today, not only are base prices far higher, but resort fees, an invention of the corporate era, add another $30 to $50 per night.
Yeah, back in the day, you could literally live in a hotel like it's fucking Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and shit. Those motherfuckers live in that fucking hotel for like a while.
These charges, often unavoidable, leave tourists feeling scammed before they even step into a casino. Then there's the food. The legendary cheap buffets are gone. What once cost $4.99 now runs $50 to $70 per person, even at mid-tier resorts. Families who once brought kids to enjoy an affordable Vegas feast now face dinner bills over $200.
Eating leftovers.
Even casual meals aren't safe.
At a fucking restaurant.
On the Strip, a simple burger and fries can reach $25, while cocktails routinely cost $25 to $30 each. Tourists often post reviews online saying things like,
"Oh, sure,
we spent more on food than we did on gambling."
I'm gonna pause this, lady.
Transportation is no relief. Parking, once proudly free across Vegas, now comes.
I love Sherma. He's the best. He's the best character, bar none. Yo, Pregnant, do you sleep? Hoy there. I was looking for somewhere to rest my weary shell and found this cozy station. Oh, these lands are dangerous. I had thought perhaps some harm had come to you. Oh, he's so considerate. Can we play as Sherma? That'd be funny. He could use like musical notes as his attack. Maybe he could just use disorienting crowd control using his notes, and he would beat them with the chime or whatever that is. Oh man, excuse me. Harm? Oh, Red Maiden, have no faith, or have faith. No harm can come to us on this holy ascent. We only need to keep our gaze upwards. Isn't this all terribly grand? The great stone steps, the winds lifting us up like the voices of a choir, and just it all is our pilgrimage's end. The great citadel at last. Yes, I have the keys. Oh, the shining bench has risen for us. Far looms kindness to we pilgrims, and inexhaustible. Please rest, Red Maiden, and fear not. Our kingdom watches over us all. I love Sherma. He's like the Sigmire of the game, or even Solaire. Beware them, little one. Why is it not? The judgments are often followed by violence. Oh yeah. But even the fallen will sometimes stand again, and all pilgrimages will be completed. Yes, that's how I've heard it. You heard. Okay, let's go. Oh man. They eat me, or they ate me. Oh, I can't go that way. Shit. I thought there was something to jump on going by that map, but the map is a liar. I don't think I have him in my notes, so we do need to kill him. Or get rid of him, I mean. In the video game. Oh, he jumps. I forgot. Fucker. Fucking guy. Hey, Sherma. You alright? Oh, we sit on there. Again. It's hard to stay awake in such a cozy place, isn't it? He finds this place cozy. Yeah, go outside, Sherma. Let's see how cozy you think it is after that. How did I fall in there? Oh. Yeah, that's right. We did die up here. How do I... Is it up there? Okay. I guess it's up there. I don't think I had that much anyway, though. Might be a waste of time. We'll just go left or right. We're going backwards. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it's this part. This part's so fucking annoying. Fucking big nose, your nosy bit. That was close. Oh, that's where. I fell all the way down now. Okay. I could have sworn there was like a bench. Well, yeah, that one. But another one that was closer, but I guess I'm wrong. No. I get there this way? Okay, that's how. Okay. How did I get the... How did I get up there before? Wait a minute. I can't even get back there anymore. Oh, you're dead. Shit. The damn wind started up right as I was doing that. Made me fuck up. Here we go. Yeah, we learned the art of producing songs. We just need to strum the strings, okay? Uh-oh. What's that about? It's a boss? Oh, we are getting a boss fight. Well, I'm gonna play something while I fight this boss. So I might die a bit. I'm also hungry, so we're gonna get up right quick. Get a snack. Oh, Macron's in New York, apparently. He can't even get back to France. Empty malls, millions of tourists gone, Vegas on the brink of collapse. Yeah. Already watching a video like that. Australia joins BRICS? Well, damn. That was an Anglo-Spear territory. I didn't think they would. But it makes more sense they are in that region. I mean, China is a big player in the BRICS, so if Australia wants to also share in that influence, they're going to join BRICS. Or I'll just play this fucking clip. Might as well. It's the thing that pops up on here. But I'll be right back. One moment. The music is nice though in this boss fight. Got my snack. Let's play this Macron video. Let's see what the hell this is about.
Macron is right wing. He is right wing,
yeah.
brother. He is center right. He is a classic neoliberal.
Yep.
He despises the right. He despises the far right. And he claims that the only way to defeat the far right is to basically offer concessions to the far right by becoming the far right.
So he doesn't hate the far right. He capitulates to them, like you're saying.
Anyway, whatever. Let's get started. Emmanuel Macron was on the streets of New York, also known as the New York City. And we're gonna obviously cover this. It was kind of funny. He did. I hate to admit that he got some aura out of this. But Emmanuel Macron has been on a tear. Okay.
Impossible. It's an oxymoron. He got no aura.
Interviews that he's given. Obviously, I'm no fan of the
Can't wait till he's fucking gone.
Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Stan.
He's about to leave.
Boy. I ride with Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Okay.
I mean, his position, not just New York.
You already know, but he has been active. Okay, he's been active. He's been doing a lot, and his wife has been doing a lot too. Apparently, his wife showed her to the courts, which is crazy. Like, I feel like there's a better way to do that to prove that you're like a cis woman. But I mean,
oh yeah,
what's that? So I'm not asking any questions. Like,
rumor going around.
Thing. Because like, there's an ongoing case against Candace Owens, who is being accused for defamation by Macron's wife, because Candace Owens was like constantly claiming that she's actually trans or something. Are you memeing? No.
No, that's a real thing.
No, I am not. It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
No, okay. The story begins with Candace Owens saying, the story begins with Candace Owens claiming falsely.
This run back sucks.
Candace Owens claiming falsely that Emmanuel Macron's wife, who may or may not be, but that's again French activities. It is what it is. Was actually a trans woman, right, and not a cisgender woman.
What does his wife even say anyway?
It's not true, right?
Does she have any like
not a trans woman,
political influence? I mean, what does she do other than being married to him?
From running her mouth.
Why do we care about her?
Bridget Macron turned around and sued Candace Owens and said, I am going to prove that I am a woman, I'm a cisgender woman, and I am going to sue you for defamation. So what ended up happening was that the court case is ongoing, and Bridget Macron last week said that she would provide photographic evidence confirming that she is a woman to the court. And apparently she did.
Oh,
fuck. She did. Which is not going to stop people from still suspecting that she got a vaginoplasty or whatever, you know?
This is really something she did in court?
As a trans woman, it's kind of crazy to hear it's defamation. I don't know. Yeah,
wait a minute.
That's besides the point. But you're right. You're not
forced
wrong.
to drop trial?
It's like you are defaming me by saying I am trans.
How is this? I didn't think they'd make you do this in court. Just to prove to someone else that you're the gender that they suspect you are, or don't suspect you are. I don't even care about Macron's wife, to be honest. I'm just wondering, why the hell is he stuck in New York City?
I guess it's just like, it's not true. So technically, because it's not true, it's understandable that she's like, correct the record, you know? She is getting misgendered. So, in any case, what defamation is claiming that she's lying? What's defamation is claiming that she's lying? Exactly. The defamation part isn't that she is trans, it's that she is committing a fraud. Yeah. And Candace did have malicious intent with it, right? It's defaming in the same way that it would be the dead name someone if we need to transcode this for chatters who can't understand. Yeah. So the part of the story that's strange to me is I feel like there are different ways. There are different ways to do this, but it turns out Brigitte Macron decided to do it in the most French way possible. I cannot comprehend a more French story, okay? of an old lady being like, how dare you say I am le trans? Look at my, this is my, wait.
Oh,
Gaze
they're here
upon
now.
Les puces. Look at my vage.
They're fucking here now.
Look at my vage. Look at it. Lock your eyes on Les puces.
That'd be hilarious.
Oh, Jesus
probably-
Christ. So,
Dude,
shot
if
there.
that was in court, I'd watch that court case. That's crazy. Well, let's hear what. See, this is the snail person that wants me to kill all these enemies, so I can get the whatever reward they're gonna give me. Oh, there's their shell. I knew they were a snail, but they can take their shell off and walk around. They use their shell as a literal backpack. Yeah, this is a boss we killed. They're going to like every boss that we've killed, and they have something to say about it. I think they're collecting bits and pieces and eating it literally. Welcome. She calls us Miss Grown Up, this new snail. Come to inspect the red rocky creatures. Like new? We have found a very big one. Fresh, but not too fresh. Yeah, I killed him. I killed this boss. There are beasts attack me here, burrowing through the stone with their spiral shells. Yeah, certainly. I cut this one down, and the other fled. Okay. New wishes that she had the pair. Yeah, you only have one. I forgot the other one did run away. She could have studied much. Unlucky to miss such a big feast of learning. Yeah, she's calling it a feast. She's eating these bosses we've killed. She's literally eating them. It's fucked up. She and her have red rocky shells to protect their softness. Inside is very sweet. Yeah, the way she's describing them, she's like eating them. Very hard to crack them open though, so it's best to wait. It's always best to wait. God, you're a weirdo. She and her have red rocky shells. Yeah, look, it's the same shit. Same dialogue. Well, it's good that I did come back there, or else we would have missed that snail. My God, we're going the wrong way. Why does this run back gotta suck? And I fell down so far. Damn it. Let's play the rest of this.
Is that how you say it?
I'm gonna fast forward. Why is this motherfucker in New York? Macron. Well, I mean, why is he stuck here?
Whatnot. But now he was
He needs to
stuck.
get out.
Apparently he was stuck behind a police blockade because the president has been roaming the streets of New York.
Oh yeah, because he went to the UN
Let's
building.
take a look.
So how many people?
No,
Yeah, the UN building's in New York.
with me. I go to the French embassy.
No. I'm sorry, I'm President. I'm really sorry. It's just that everything's frozen right now. There's a motorcade coming right. That's why. I'm sorry.
If you don't see it, let me cross.
Dude, wouldn't it be fucked up if ICE tried to arrest the Macron? Yes, I know what I'm for. I'm the literal fucking Prime Minister of France. You can't arrest me. I have diplomatic immunity. And we don't care about that there diplomatic immunity here, Frenchie. You're gonna have to go to the fucking detention center until we figure out what to do with you, boy. That'd be fucked up. In this fucking current, I can see that happening. I can see that literally happening. It's dangerous for even leaders of countries to come here, no matter how much diplomatic immunity they have or thought they had. This country don't give a fuck anymore. You got so many incompetents running these organizations and outfits. I can see it happening. They already deported people that the U.S. hired to come here and invest in us from South Korea. They're that fucking stupid and that fucking arrogant that they would. Even, I can see them arresting an actual leader of another country. Okay, now we're on the right track. Don't fall again, damn it. We fell so fucking far. So annoying. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for my time or whatever the lyrics are. Fucking Dawson's Creek, whatever. No. Okay, let's play it.
I negotiate with you.
What if he gets arrested? Is that what the video's about?
Guess what?
Did Macron get arrested?
I'm waiting in the street because everything is frozen for you.
That's Macron talking right now.
It is pretty funny that
It
he
is.
got stuck behind a police
fuck him.
blockade, a
Fuck
police
Macron.
barricade,
Sucks.
and he had to call up the president.
I don't think this should
Guess
happen to
what?
just
I'm
any
stuck
leader,
waiting
but
for you.
him, it's fine because he sucks anyway.
I don't know.
Macron sucks. I gotta say.
But
He's
I
evil.
would love if we can. Yeah, I
He's a
know, I know.
bitch.
I will follow. But you know, after I would love if we can have a short discussion with Qatar.
If any leader's gonna be inconvenienced, I'm happy it's him.
That's a great. Mr. President, I am currently stuck on the street. Also, we would like to talk to you about Qatar. You are definitely shadow banned, bro. No, I'm not, man. It's not even an hour yet, and there's almost 40,000 people in here. It's the worst shadow banning of all time.
Oh, what the fuck? You
It's
jumped
probably
farther
your
than
application
usual.
That's busted.
Little
Okay.
bitch.
Anyway, so that happened. There's more.
my
There's
God.
more footage as well. Do we have more footage?
That fire
Because he
sucks.
was walking around as well.
Oh, okay.
He was walking around the
Okay,
streets.
motherfucker.
He took photos with like people that wanted to take
Getting a bit
photos with him.
spicier than usual.
He was
Oh,
basically
shit.
He was doing some Zoran shit.
a spicy
Little bro thinks
take.
he's Zoran, okay? That's what it is.
Oh.
Little bro
Okay, I'm getting you.
thinks he's Zoran.
wasn't expecting
you
it, though.
ain't Zoran, little bro. You ain't Zoran. Don't try it. Let me see if I can find the clip. Hold on.
Fuck off.
No, I don't.
Let me heal.
Find it. Here's a TikTok.
Oh, shit.
I'm really sorry.
I forgot about that.
Everything's in frozen right now. There's a motorcade coming right now. That's why. I'm sorry.
Sauron.
If you don't see it, let me cross. How are you? Guess what? I'm waiting.
All right, we saw all this. We
Man,
saw
your
all this.
infrastructure
After
sucks
calling
even
Trump
worse
over,
than
eventually curb him,
France. Why is all this bureaucracy? Even I think we have better socialism than you. You need more socialism, and I hate it.
Macron still had to walk through the city for about 30 minutes. Passersby stopped him to take photos, with some even kissing him on the head. So it is kind of cool to see this, even though he is the worst piece of shit. I mean, I hate
Yeah,
him. I
true.
hate him so much.
Me too. I don't like him.
But low-key aura,
Fuck him.
he's basically able to walk freely on the streets of New York without additional fears, you know? I mean, that's like, whoever does that, that is still cool. You know what I mean? New Yorkers.
Well, he
getting
doesn't
these
know the
allegations.
place.
Yeah. I'm
He
French,
thinks it's as
he's
safe as wherever
confirmed.
he's
Oh, no,
from.
we know.
He's not doing that
doo-doo.
because he's brave. He's
Okay,
just doing
he
it because
is
he's
doo-doo.
oblivious.
But he did win. He did win.
Not that
big.
New
I
York
hate
is
to-
very
I hate to hand
dangerous
it to him.
anymore. Like, you could say New York was dangerous probably, you know, back in fucking 70s and shit. Like, New York got so overly gentrified and like bougie to the point where, like, yeah, you don't have to worry about running into a bunch of poor people who are gonna, you know, discomfort you or some shit. What these people are usually worried about. No, New York's pretty bougie now. It's like one of those neighborhoods like back in St. Louis. Like, we would have compared New York to fucking this area in St. Louis called Clayton, which is pretty fucking tame. It's not the crime-ridden stereotype you see from old New York movies, where New York is just so fucking. It's got all these gangs and all this crime. It's like a Dirty Harry movie or some bullshit. No, it's just some very tame, gentrified urban area. It's not very exciting at all anymore. If ever you could have. ever said it was. Bitch. Oh, fuck off. You need to get poisoned. Why don't you get poisoned? I don't like you. Ah, fuck. It's hard to avoid that shit. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, I've never seen that one. That's a new one for me, Chief. Oh, shit. I was just trying to get some more energy so I could heal. Of course, right when I healed. This boss sucks. Alright.
He won big here. He basically got to do the Assad in Damascus move here, okay? This is a play.
Yeah, I think they killed all their homeless. Like, New York used to have way more homeless and then they got rid of them somehow.
Neoliberalism implies we must actually always cave to the right piece of shit
Like,
of all time.
A lot of the theory is Giuliani killed all the homeless people. If not shut them off to like slave camps or some shit in prison or something.
The most
Some workhouse.
undemocratic asshole. He refused to abide by the wishes of the public.
Yeah,
Wait,
him
what?
and Starmer, because they're puppets.
What's happening?
They don't
Again?
serve the people,
Hold
they
on.
serve
Am I back?
capital.
Did
They
I
were
get
put in there by
raptured?
capitalists.
What the hell was that? Right on the dot at an hour.
To serve capital
Macron sends
interest.
his regards.
Not
okay.
the people.
As I was saying, he is. Listen, he is everything that I despise about liberalism. The constant caving and constant capitulation to right-wing.
Well, it's not
framing on
caving.
right-wing
He was put in there
issues,
to
whether
serve
it be,
capital. It's not like he's doing
immigration,
so
like an
'cause he's
anti-immigrant
a wimp.
agenda, Islamophobic agenda.
He's doing what he was
done
paid
it
to
all.
be in
Constant
there for.
austerity, tax breaks for the
He
wealthy.
was already
and a debt crisis
some
that comes
replacement
along
for
with
another
it,
prime minister
only
they,
to take
they
away
kicked
from the
out.
pockets of
Just like Starmer is a replacement for another prime minister that Britain kicked out after fucking. There's been what, 4 fucking prime ministers, including Boris? Since Boris, they had what? That one woman. I forgot her name. And then they had Rami Synak or something. Something Synak. And then they had Keir Starmer. And that they didn't. There wasn't like a bunch of years between their terms or anything. They immediately replaced each other because people did not like them. Fuck off. This, I need to heal. Not gonna hit me with that. Heal. Oh fuck, it goes that high? Shit. Fuck, I forgot about this shit. Oh, I forgot about the pillars. Stop! Oh fuck. I'm using all my tools. I just need to hit them with shit before I use my tools. I can't. I don't want to lose all my
French
tools.
people playing a formative role in ruining the lives of regular everyday French people. It just sucks. He's done it all. He's done all of the bad things. Everything that I despise about the Democratic Party, Macron has put into action. Okay, he is one of the worst versions of that. And if the audio is desynced, you might have to F5 it. Okay.
Refresh.
If the audio is desynced, you might have to potentially refresh it. All of this is true, but need to be put in the French context, aka he's more leftist than any average American Democrat. No, the baseline
he's
of
not.
France is more left. But his attitude is not, I wouldn't say
he's
more
not
left than the average Democrat.
He isn't.
He has been actively he is incredibly right-wing. No, being more left-wing than the average Democrat in America.
You mean the
doesn't
party
make any sense. Macron is right-wing.
is more left,
He is
but
right-wing.
him individually is not.
He is a classic neoliberal. He despises the right. He despises the far right. And he claims that the only way to defeat the far right is to basically offer concessions to the far right by becoming the far right, but from the center. And he packages that as a way to win elections.
That's the same way the Democrats over here do that. Yeah,
obviously,
we got to pivot more to right-wing policy to attract a win.
All he's done in this last year,
like our party gaslights. I mean, not our party. I'm not a fucking Democrat anymore because they don't fucking serve us. They serve corporations. I'm not any of these fucking parties because they're both corporate parties. They only serve capital. They do not serve the public. They're not my party. I'm a fucking communist. You're not a communist. You're not my fucking party. I don't rock with you. You trying to kill us. That's how I see you. You try to shoot down any communist policy. You are trying to kill us. That is your intent. You are working for the fucking vampires who are like billionaires and CEOs of corporations. But yeah, they tell us the same shit. Like Chuck Schumer and these. They're saying, yeah, we need to adopt more right-wing policy so we can win elections. Like, motherfucker, that gaslighting would have, like, that played better, like, back, like, immediately after 2016. That's not the case anymore. No, you'd win more elections if you actually address people's economic concerns and not try to, like, invoke this nonsense about, like, the woke mind virus. That's why we didn't win. Just what they tried to do ever since the fucking 2016. Well, because or at least since 2020. Well, it's because of the woke mind virus is why we didn't win. We're too woke over here. We need to be more, more Nazi-like, okay? That's hip. That's counterculture. Being a Nazi is counterculture now, when it never was. They've been trying to gaslight about Nazi shit. They've been trying to make Nazi shit hip and counterculture ever since the 70s. I talked about this before with fucking the punk rock scene. They artificially what the fuck is this motherfucker keep shooting me for? Oh my god. I'm gonna sit back down on the bench. I don't care. This is stupid. He was lighting me up like repeatedly, but yeah. They were trying to make, like, because these fascists don't understand populist people, so they know that the populists, they are counterculture to the fascists typically, so they try to insert some fascist ideas into the counterculture sort of movements. Such as punk rock, which is one they try to do it in hip hop as well. They try to encourage us to reinforce the Iran-Contra scam they were trying to do in black communities. But yeah, but they were starting that shit since the 70s with the fucking punk rock movement, and they inserted the fucking skinheads and bully boys into the punk rock scene, which was an artificial. That was an artificial injection. Those were not organic members. That's something that intelligence groups like Tavistock, especially in Britain, inserted into the movement to basically be saboteurs in that movement, because the punk rock scene was more anti-authoritarian, anti-colonial in their messaging, but the authoritarians got their little fucking paws in there and inserted their Nazis to try to make them look like, oh, that's the real counterculture. Yeah, wearing a swastika is really counterculture. That's hip. Because no decent human being would do that, so you're counterculture. Like, no, that's not what being counterculture means. It means you're not. The whole point of counterculture is like being against the aristocracy, the colonials. Nazis are not against the aristocracy and the colonials. They represent them. They represent the royal family. Like, being a Nazi is not something counter to like bourgeois monarchy or the capitalist corporations or feudalist. There's nothing counterculture about being a fascist. You represent the elite, okay? You represent the powerful who support that shit, who fund that shit. You're not counterculture. And they've been trying to do the same shit with the MAGA. The MAGA's like a resurgence of that effort that they've been doing ever since the fucking skinheads and punk rock and the bully boys and punk rock. They're trying, oh yeah, MAGA's just so hip and counterculture. Yeah, MAGA, this whole movement, which is, about worshiping a fucking billionaire. And not releasing the Epstein file, of a fucking billionaire who worked for Mossad intelligence and funding a genocide against, like, doing more wars. That they tried to present Trump as like the anti-war president during the election. Both of them, really, that he was in, or three of them, because he's been in 3 elections. But yeah, he was never the anti-war president. He does whatever Pentagon says, whatever Raytheon says, whatever AIPAC says. All these military lobbyists. He's not like you're not allowed to sit in the Oval Office if you're anti-war. They don't let those people into the office. If Trump was really anti-war, he wouldn't have been there. And he hasn't been anti-war. We already see that was a lie. Like, a lot of people don't know that he increased the drone sites that people were mad at Obama about. He increased them. He was never anti-war, even in his first term. He dropped the MOAD as well. No other president did that. He assassinated a diplomat in Iran. Like, what the fuck is that? That's how you know he wasn't like a Russian puppet. Like, that's a fucking Russian ally. Soleimani was a Russian ally. You killing him, you're not really working for Putin. But this is a narrative that they tried to push over here. Yeah, he's a Russian spy. This doesn't even make sense if you know anything about Russian history. Like, it doesn't make sense. You don't understand Russian diplomatic relations at all. If you're trying to go with that narrative. That's just like some CIA disinfo to make people think that, yeah, America isn't doing evil shit on its own. It needs Russia as an excuse. Russia forced Trump with their ruble, which is not really powerful. He bribed, but yeah, Putin bribed Trump with the ruble, which is only doing well right now because of BRICS, which is not a thing. I mean, which was not really like an influential thing before now. It got influential after 2022. But it wasn't before that. Oh, shit. Oh, motherfucker. almost had him. We're gonna get him. Like, how can you bribe Trump? Like, this would have made more sense before the fall of the Soviet Union, which was when, like, all those Russian spy narratives come from, like, pre-fall of the Soviet Union. When the Soviet Union became poor as fuck after Russia became poor as fuck after the Soviet Union fell. So there would be nothing to really bribe anyone with after that. Okay? This is what people need to understand about they don't understand about like, when people say that shit, I'm trying to say they don't understand anything about the Cold War and the aftermath of the Cold War. They're just proving they don't understand shit. They're not class conscious. They're not politically conscious. They have no foreign policy acumen when they say this shit. Yes. They don't understand Russia's concerns or foreign policy either, and much less the U.S.'s foreign policy. Like, that's why they end up making contradictory assumptions. Even, saying that someone's like a Russian asset when their asset is killing another ally of these people that they're supposedly an asset of. It doesn't make any sense. But they want people to think that there are these relationships that the U.S. has that it doesn't. To make people have the wrong idea about these nations. Like, Trump in the UN today was saying all this stuff he did for these countries, and he's having deals in the background with these countries, and none of it is true. Like, he took credit for, like, solving shit like the Armenian issue in Bosnia. Like, what? No, he had nothing to do with solving any issues there. And all these other countries he's mentioning, they still have issues going on. They're not even solved yet. But he's taking credit and making up these narratives. And this is something that the U.S. intentionally does to give normies, the peasantry, the average person, the idea that to not have pattern recognition, to think that, oh yeah, all the relations we have with foreign powers is just random, and you don't have to make it make sense with any of their past history in any way. Okay, so this narrative about, like, that we have about these other countries can make a lot of sense, even though it doesn't make sense if you actually compare their history and see the patterns for what they are, and why things are happening the way that they are, and why they're doing what they're doing right now. We don't want you to understand that, okay? We want you to have, like, a very schizophrenic understanding of these countries, and to not have pattern recognition, and actually think the U.S. is responsible for everything, that even the good stuff that these countries have had, when it's not. Like, why would we think that, like, Trump is working for Russia when Russia and China are on such good relations, and he's trying to go after China? Maybe you should think about that. It doesn't make any sense, does it? He's doing a trade war against China right now, and China and Russia are BRICS partners. If Trump was really friends with Putin and a puppet of Putin, you think he wouldn't be trying to tariff China, one of their biggest economic partners and diplomatic partners. I mean, they had that fucking parade together for Victory Day, post, the celebration of the victory over the fucking fascists from World War II, which not even the U.S. celebrates, because the U.S. is ran by fascists. That's why we don't fucking celebrate it. We celebrate that bullshit 4th of July, which is a celebration of being able to kill more fucking Native Americans than we ever were before, because Britain was telling us we need to hold back. That's really what the war was over. That's what the Revolutionary War was over. They tell you it's over some fucking tea taxes, and that was bullshit. That was the smaller part of why they were even angry at Britain. They were more mad at Britain for telling them, no, you need to not be committing genocide in these occupied spaces. You need to wait a bit longer before you try to, colonize these parts. Basically, that's basically what Britain demanded. But no, America was like, no, man, we want to kill them natives now. We want to commit genocide right now. So we're gonna fight you. Wasn't over some noble bullshit about taxes without representation. That's that cartoon history they tell us to justify any bullshit action that the fake ass forefathers did. Just like they tell you how slavery ended. They don't ever tell you about the fucking plantation rebellions, which was pivotal in even convincing the U.S. to get on board with it, and Europe on board with it. The reason Britain stopped doing the slaves, they gave up slavery because of slave rebellions. That's why. That's why France gave it up. Because of slave rebellions. And the U.S. was last. But they also started doing slave rebellions in the U.S., and that's why that's what really motivated them. And then, a lot of the fighters in the Civil War were former slaves. And that's what really turned the tide and helped get the win in the Civil War. They don't like to mention that it was the black marginalized, the slaves, are the ones who really moved the needle on getting rid of it. It wasn't some white savior nonsense. They don't want us to know that because they want to have this white savior narrative and indoctrination that they want people to believe. So the oppressed never actually know how things really work. You can't just wait on people who are more privileged than you to allow you to have freedom. You're gonna have to move the needle. You'll be waiting a long ass time otherwise. That's never how things really get done. Waiting on more privileged people to feel like, oh yeah, I guess we want to stop doing slavery now. We just feel like it now. That doesn't fucking work. No, they had to be pushed in some way by the marginalized. That's typically how that happens. That's how it always happens. In every fascist sort of governance too, that's how it happens. The people fought back. That's how they got rid of the fucking fascist. They fucking fought back. Right? They didn't just do non-violent protests or just wait for the aristocracy to feel like, yeah, we'll stop oppressing you now, okay? We'll stop doing genocides now, okay? We've had our fill. No, they had to be forced to stop doing that. But they don't like to teach this. They want you to do neutered, impotent demonstrations that don't actually work. They don't want you to know you gotta use force and push back in a real way. Attack their resources, shit like that. That's how you actually get change. So they teach us neutered history, which is the point I'm trying to get across. Anyway, let's play the rest of this shit that this motherfucker talking about with Macron.
Is basically to undermine the efforts of the left, even though the democratic wishes of the public were very clear. He hates, I think, the left. This past year has shown that he hates the left more than he hates the far right. He presents himself as an anti-far right figure. Okay.
Yeah,
he
that's
presents
pro
himself as an
wrestling.
anti-far right figure, but his actions, the clinging on the power, is clearly opening up an avenue for the far right to win. And whether his intention, he genuinely thinks this is the best way to combat the far right, or whether he is cynical and he just simply wants to tank the chances of the left.
Leeching off
does
of
not
Africa
change the
is
reality
far right
that
as
he
far
is
as I'm
doing that
concerned.
right now.
He's far right to me.
100% right, on point. I'm French, and Hasanabi's right. No,
Demanding
there are always
colonial
going to be
taxes
French
from
liberals
Africa
who
is
just
far right,
assume
if you
that
ask me.
just because someone says that they're like a centrist or whatever, or a liberal, that they actually are. This is identical to American politics in many ways as well. The American Democratic Party does this as well.
Yeah.
How is any of that worse than the average Democrat? It's not. It's incredibly similar. That's the reason why I protested against someone saying, no, he's just like still better than the average Democrat. That's not
No,
true.
it's not. Yeah, that was dumb.
Like,
that chatter's stupid. They have
his
some fictional
austerity,
understanding
his
or
push
knowledge
for
of these figures.
increasing the retirement age, and his
That's
successful
not
push,
resonating
despite
with
his
reality.
unpopularity, to increase the retirement age for everyone except for cops, was ridiculous. That is pure. That's like not even Democrat
The
Party
cops
shit. That's
protect
like,
me from the
that's
peasants.
Republican Party
I
shit in this
can't raise
country.
their retirement
Democrats would
age.
probably cave on a situation like that, as well as Obama
They
attempted in
need
the
to
past.
protect me from
But
the
I
rioting
don't
masses who
think
hate
it is
me.
fair to say that Emmanuel Macron
Gotta make them happy.
is a center figure. I will say he's a center right figure because the Overton window has shifted in every liberal capitalist democracy firmly to the right. But to say that he is like a simple centrist figure or a liberal figure or a leftist figure or anything like that is completely ridiculous.
Fiction.
I think he is a right-wing dude
He
who
is.
is masquerading as a centrist.
He never
Whether
looked
it is
like he was
because he
anywhere
truly
on the
believes
left
this is
to
the
me.
only way to stop the more nefarious
a
forces
typical
of the
Nazi
nationalists
liberal to me.
from winning power in the country or not doesn't matter.
Typical Nazi sympathizing liberal. White supremacist.
You're talking about a guy who straight up said even wearing an abaya is actually a demonstration of radical Islamism and therefore must be purged and
Yeah,
excised from
sounds
French
like-
society.
sounds like a Nazi.
I'm sorry. That is
he's a
heinous
Nazi.
shit. That's shit that the nationalists would be saying 10 years ago.
It's Nazi
but
shit,
The
yeah.
more the center actually goes to the right,
I don't want to hear this about,
the
oh,
more
he's
the
a
far right
centrist.
actually pulls society further and further to reactionary elements. That's how it works. The centrist figures unironically play a role in normalizing this kind of Islamophobia. Every summer, top political debate, burkinis on beaches, hell yeah. It's all culture war distraction
Yeah, shit that don't
here it
fucking
is.
matter. It's not going to improve anyone's
one of my
economic
buddies
standing. in
literally
any-
is
or
the
improve it
reason
in
why
any way.
this is known, by the way. He just straight up asked him to his face, Hugo Riept. Straight up asked him to his face. He was like, what is this abaya ban? Like, and he openly was like, well, it's Islamist. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know Hugo? Oui, I do.
Oui.
Remember,
You suck my wee wee.
Hugo is a liberal too, for sure, but like, it doesn't matter. I don't give a shit. I can be.
Damn it.
You guys are so annoying, man. I can be friends with people that I don't fully align with politically, and you can too.
That's
be
stupid.
normal, please. Jesus Christ.
No,
oh my Lord.
I can be friends with some people who have some Nazi
Hugo is a
leanings.
major Macron.
I'm like, hell no, dude. No, there's a line. No. That's how you end up with friends like Destiny, and look what the hell happened. That's how you end up with friends like that motherfucker H3H3, and look what happened. Like, this is what makes me sort of suspicious about Hassan. He comes from a bougie background. So, he has some fucking bougie friends that he probably sympathizes with, like, in a more genuine way than he's letting on. He's a centrist himself, not a real leftist. Like, what he does is performative for his career as a pundit, a leftist pundit, but I don't think he necessarily internalizes some of what he says. but it's, you know, it's expedient and profitable for him as the figure or the role he's supposed to play. But that's just me. I don't know. I can't read people's minds, but I doubt, you know, I'm very distrusting of a lot of these influencers, you know, especially when our organizations and governments invest in influencers. You gotta understand that they know what people want to hear. They look at focus group and algorithmic sort of you know, data to know what people want to hear and what to say and what to suggest to their pundits to say. Basically, they're paid agents to say, or paid employees. They're entertainment sort of base, not even agents, but you know, paid entertainment influencers to say, like Tokyo Roses and shit. Although Tokyo Rose is more of a fascist sort of influencer, not so much a leftist fake figurehead. I guess you could compare like this to a Trotsky, since Trotsky, you know, like more of a leftist representation of that, but he wasn't really leftist, and he liked the fascists really. It worked. It was actually killing fellow communists. But that's why I don't fuck with the DSA. They worship Trotsky. It's gross. Like, how can you worship a fucking counter revolutionary who work with the fascists, really? Like, motherfucking Trotsky loved Mussolini more than he loved Stalin or Lenin, so you can't convince me like that's a guy we need to be revering. Fuck off. Oh my god, really? They did it twice? They're just spamming this move now. The fuck is this? I can get him. I'm not going to bed until I kill him. I don't care. I can get them.
Prone writer, he is not. That is wrong.
What? What did he say?
Why are you wrong? Be normal, please. Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord.
Nah, man, we're in the direst. This is why the Nazis are like walking around like this, because you're not as strict as you need to be with your fucking friends. All right, you got friends who will capitulate to Nazis if they don't literally just like them, and that's why they're not hard on Nazis. Then what the fuck are we doing? This is how you allow them to get away with shit. That's why we got with the shit we got that's happening now in this country, because you're not serious enough with who you fucking associate with, and you don't fucking check these motherfuckers. Oh, I can have political differences, yeah, that allow for fascism to come back. No, you can't. Oh, we gotta be nice to the fascists. Those are your fucking friends, the people who are just soft on the fascist. Get the fuck out of my face. People who say, oh yeah, well, healthcare, I don't know, it wastes too much money. What are the political differences you have? What are you talking about? What would make these people worth like validating at this point? Oh, they're still my friends. They just don't want the black people to have healthcare. That's why we gotta that's why they don't vote for it, you know, because black people might get it. And them illegals might get it. So, you know, you got to understand where they're coming from. Like, he always tries to humanize people who are like scumbags. This is another thing I don't like about Hassan. You got to know where they're coming from. Like, before he started being harder on Israel, he used to say, well, you got to understand where the Israelis are coming from and why they want to kill all the Palestinians. Why they want to kill all the Palestinians? You got to understand where they're coming from. I'm like, shut that shit up, man. He stopped doing it after like people got on him for that. No, quit trying to validate awful behavior by telling him you got to know where people come from. That's that weird bougie background he has, that where he wants you to humanize the bougie people and the bigoted people that he hung around in his circles with back before he became what he is today. And that was normal where he came from, yeah. Well, all the people I hang around with say that evil shit. I don't want you to go after my family, though. They're bigoted, and they also, don't mind genocide if it's against the Kurds and Armenians. So you gotta understand where they're coming from. Some dumb shit. Get so tired of him trying to humanize shit that shouldn't be sympathized with. People who don't deserve your understanding. Why is attraction so weird? Why the fuck? That's not what I was trying to do. Damn it, game. And now it's gone into bullshit. Oh my god, dude. Okay.
Hugo is a major Macron writer. He is not. That is wrong.
Hugo.
Why are you friends with Macron? Le Maffei? Wait, what? I'm not friends with Macron. What? No, if there's a person I'm friends with, it's Jean-Luc Mélenchon and the France en Belle party. By the way, I will be in France soon, as you guys know. I'll be in France in the beginning of October because my
France.
friend Lucas, also known as Squeezy, is putting together GP4, Grand Prix 4, with influencers. Obviously, the American team is going to be represented by
I don't know why he wants us.
Michael.
I don't know why he's even trying to validate these sinking ships. He hangs in the U.S. when he doesn't need to. The U.S. is falling. There's no reason to even try to defend the U.S. anymore. It's time to move on. Ship is sinking, and then you got France, which is falling. They got a bunch of riots going on. Their economy's tanking because they can't leech off Africa anymore. On top of the tariffs. So, but he's still going to France like shit's normal. That shit's still sweet out here. I don't know why. Don't he read the room? No. Don't bother with France. France is dead. France sucks. Fuck their like little bread and circus Grand Prix. That shit don't fucking matter. He's not even from America, so I don't know why he fucks with America unless he's just being paid to stay here. It's not like he can't do his streams from another country. He doesn't have to stay in America. So he must be getting paid by some institute or figures in America to even be here. Doesn't make sense otherwise. I wouldn't want to stay here if I was him, but I'm not even from the fucking country. He's not from here. He's from Turkey. I'd go back. Well, I wouldn't go back to Turkey, but I'd leave. I'm not even from here anyway. Why do I need to stay in this foreign country? It's evil as fuck. He wants to deport me. Like, he talked about how he got, like, interrogated by TSA and shit. That was even before ICE really ramped up shit. That was just TSA, not even ICE. He still want to stay in this motherfucker? He got to be being paid by some people in the U.S. who are like powerful or something. Want to still be here? Ain't no fucking way I put up with that. If it was me, shit. I mean, unless I'm being really incentivized. Even for me though, like they couldn't pay me enough to stay in this shit country. I would leave immediately. I don't care how much they'd offer me. I'm leaving. It's not worth. It ain't worth the headache to stay here. Like, there's a bunch of jobs I could have got in this. Like, I would have been, you know, making more money. But then I'm thinking, like, I don't want to stay in this country, so I don't even want to take those shit jobs. Like, they're shit jobs as far as I'm concerned. They're not reliable jobs either. In this fucking economy, everything's like sinking. I don't see any longevity in any job I would bother getting here. It's gonna fucking shut down, or it's gonna be downsizing. How I'm seeing it. Why would I invest in another career here at this point? Better off just leaving. It's getting less expensive to just fucking move out of the country at this point than fucking living here too. Like, the cost of living would still be bad even if I'm making more money. Like, I don't want to overpay. Like, the prices they're not settling. They're going up still. The cost of living. Like, by the point, even by the time I start making even more money than usual, it's going to feel like I'm not making any money because the prices are still going up. And then you got the tariffs that are really kicking in. The feeling of the tariffs are really starting to set in now. Not worth it. It's not worth the headache. I should making millions like fucking Hassan, I guess. To stay here, doing worse staying. Like, even if I was making like millions, I wouldn't even want to stay here. $1 million ain't enough to live here anymore as far as I'm seeing it. Put up with all the shit that they're doing here. To me. Now, what the hell? What the helly? Bullshit asking. Again, huh? Cheating again, huh? Oh, I forgot. Whenever I try to dodge that shit, fucking hit me. Move. Why did I dash? I was trying to... Die! Okay. I'm gonna get off that one video. Let's see what else we got. That video is about to end. Let's see what this Antifa order bullshit is. I need to know.
Like, it is not legal for the...
This motherfucker's on my feed, so we're listening to him. I would search for some other shit, but it would take too long. So I'm just playing whatever's on the fucking feed.
American government to do this. Trump, in his first term, also entertained the notion of like designating Antifa as a domestic group. There's no such thing.
They're not even a real group.
It is
Antifa's not an actual group.
Ex-Antifa member praises Trump's latest move against group. Long time coming.
People
What is
profess
that?
Antifa, but they're not like a formal
Ex-Antifa
group.
member?
Officially signing an executive order designating Antifa as a domestic organization.
Like
all as the White House
fucking
aims to
Proud
crack.
Boys
For the
or
record,
something.
people
It's
don't
actual
understand how
units.
over-encompassing this.
And then you gotta remember that
how-
Proud Boys is a FBI created op. They were founded by an FBI informant. They're feds. Proud Boys are feds.
Over encompassing this like executive order is, it's already illegal. They're gonna try to make it legal, but this is devastating for the First Amendment. Okay. Also, who the fuck is ex-Antifa? What is that? What do you mean ex-Antifa? So you're now? I don't understand.
Back down on the sources funding the group.
Funding the group?
President Trump has promised
no
he will
actual
directly address the dark sources funding and supporting this domestic them to finally restore order in our country. The American people can expect further, very strong action on this very soon. Everyone, Republican, Democrat, everyone in between, we all deserve to live in a country where we do not have to fear for our lives simply for stating what we believe in.
Is that Charlie Kirk's wife?
A former
or is that Pam Bondi or something?
Antifa activist Gabriel Nadales joins me now. Thanks so much for being on the program. And look, it is unclear at this point exactly what this designation means legally. But Gabriel, what are you hoping?
What he's doing why I left the Antifa? What does this even mean? Like, Gabriel Nadal is a conservative libertarian activist who was formerly an activist. He's now currently the national director for the pro-American organization, Our America. Since 2008, Gabe was a member of Action and attended several rallies and counter-protests. In 2016, Gabe was nominated for the Network of Enlightened Women Gentlemen of the Year Under 30 Award. What? From 2008 to 2014, he's been an active member of the Action far-left group. He then denounced the group and stated that it's a violent organization in 2014, while Nadales was a member of the libertarian organization Young Americans for Liberty at Citrus College. Him and his chapter sued the school, alleging several constitutional violations. Wait, how old is this guy? So if he was in college in 2014, how old was he when he was a part of the Action? 12? Wait, for the record, when people go, oh, this must be a Fed, I don't think you guys understand. Sometimes it's way less complicated, way less sophisticated. Someone can just be a grifter. Like, for example, what's that girl, the shoe head girl, whatever? Shoe on head. Like, who'll always do like a, oh, I'm leaving the left now. Like, she does that like every 4 or 5 years. Like, and it's like, didn't you do this before? Like, you get to do it one time. You know what I mean? And I don't think you were ever on the left to begin with. So like, it's basically like that. These are people who see that there's an environment that is very excited at getting like a young Mexican dude to just be like, I disavow Antifa is violent, and they just take it. Do you see what I mean? This is not like a Fed operation. This guy's not getting paid by the CIA. In 2019, Nadales was, according to his autobiography, invited to the White House by the Trump administration to witness the signing of an executive order meant to promote free speech on college campuses. Also in 2019, Nadales claimed that Antifa is trying to hurt and harass and called for the movement to be labeled a domestic threat. Yeah, this is what his thing is. This guy said, if I catch you lacking, you're gonna end up like Charlie Kirk. I don't think you're gonna do that. I'll be honest with you. I don't think you're gonna do that. Someone else might, but I don't think it's gonna be you. Because you're in a Twitch chat. You're in my Twitch chat. You're chirping in a Twitch chat. You know what I mean? He's a PragerU stooge, of course.
Yeah.
But that's what it is. Like, they find a guy like this, and then they just turn him into like a media figure, even though he has no motion whatsoever.
Well, you know, this is a long time coming, and I really hope that that Congress really follows suits and helps define what this means. But what some of these things means is that a lot of the self-described Antifa groups that are very localized, now we can actually call them legitimately domestic groups. And now there's a lot of ideas, or there's this like
Heritage Foundation and AIPAC, don't they? I mean, that's pretty fed. That's pretty fed up, if you ask me.
Idea that Antifa is merely an idea, and to an extent that is true, but Antifa is a very collective or a specified set of ideas that believes in political violence.
So Antifa is it's a collection of ideas. Reveal the ideas, like what? Opposing fascism, racism, white supremacy, anti-immigrant sentiment.
To enact its own political goals. That is literally the definition of. So if you call Antifa just an idea, it is literally the definition or the idea of itself.
When you first heard about this move from the White House, did you think, okay, this is to get the folks dressed in black on the ground that you see?
I don't even cape for everyone who claims to be Antifa.
I need you guys to understand something.
Sometimes they're lying about being
As it stands currently, the American government has no way of doing this. Like, it is not legal for the American government to do this. Trump in his first...
It's no actual establishment. It's no actual organization. Antifa is something anyone can claim.
Term also entertain the notion of like designating Antifa as a domestic group. There is no such thing. It is antithetical to the First Amendment. It doesn't work that way. Okay, that's number one.
Really?
Now, obviously, I'm not a institution fetishist, jurisprudence fetishist. So I'm sure when there's a will, there's a way. They can try to figure this out. They can try and work around it. But even then, if they were to do so, there is no organizational structure.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point.
People
I'm trying to make.
will go out and engage in acts of anti-fascism, but there is no Antifa as a domestic network. That's it. There are organizations out there, political parties like the PSL, DSA, that engage in acts of anti-fascism, but you can even go so far as to say that the No Kings protest is a Antifa. Okay? Who on head is indeed at it again. Wait, what? What is this? I would rather immediately give up my rights and be in Guantanamo Bay than to watch a second of whatever the fuck this is that you're presenting to me. Okay? Why would I do this? It's when you present stuff like this to me, I'm like, I might as well have like rusty nails that are slammed into my eye socket in a black site by some CIA, then to have to suffer through whatever the fuck that is. Do I care about another greasy little freak who is trying to fill the shoes of Asmongold, talking about shoe on head leaving the left for the 11th time? Are you insane? I don't care about these things, man. Fuck all those people. I think a simple no would suffice. No. There's a difference when someone comes in and says, hey, can you watch this like ABC coverage on another thing that's happening? That's a simple no. But when someone comes in with that video, I'm like, a simple no is not going to suffice. I need you to understand how painful this is, that someone in my community is bringing this shit up.
Drawing communities, or did you think more so, like I said in the introduction, this is to find the people funding Antifa?
So it's really interesting because Antifa has several different sources of funding. One of the ways that I remember for back in my day, a lot of people did have jobs and they were self-funded. But I do know that there's been several different, like, I'm not sure specifically, it's not GoFundMe kind of thing, but websites like GoFundMe that will set fundraisers for Antifa activists for these things.
You mean bail funds? Like bail funds that are set up? Again, totally fucking legal. I can't stress this enough.
That's pretty
crowdsourcing mutual aid
it's pretty tame
charity, and it is completely legal. Okay? Do you want to make mutual aid illegal? What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
ACLU for peaceful protesters who's been unfairly prosecuted? Yeah. But the average Young Americans for Freedom chapter president, by the way, yeah, also for freedom. Young Americans for Freedom. As in, Young Americans want to take away your fucking freedoms.
I remember several years ago that you had Representative Ocasio-Cortez supporting people to donate to get bail people out of jail who were affiliated with Antifa.
So
and there's also
bail people out of jail for being arrested for exercising their First Amendment rights. Shut the fuck up.
Book author Mark Bray, who wrote the book Antifa, the Anti-Fascist Handbook, who actually donates a proceed of his books to certain unnamed Antifa-esque organizations. So there is definitely a lot of different sources of funding from from the grassroots level to a lot of different fundraisers and campaigns.
Do you think that this designation as a terror organization will force people to think twice about joining or funding Antifa. And I'm asking you this based upon your experience.
I mean, that's the goal. Will there be a chilling effect on free demonstration? This guy is a known grifter, apparent. Gabriel Nadales doesn't have much proof he was a former Antifa member because there is no such thing as an Antifa organization. Anyway, as I was saying,
this is what you gotta understand about these fucking people, man. A lot of them are grifters, and not just in entertainment. Grifters also are in our political system as political figures. And you got people like Ilhan Omar, and the people in the squad, but like specifically I'm going to mention Ilhan Omar now because this is relevant to her. Yeah. She said her role model is Margaret Thatcher. Like, what the fuck is that? She's not your friend if she's saying that. And no black woman should ever say that Margaret Thatcher is their fucking role model. That racist old bitch. Fucking glad she's dead. I'd be doing the tap dance if she died today. Evil ass. Evil as fuck. All them fucking Reagan era fucking politicians are like demonic Nazis. Fuck. That pissed me off. Like, that's as bad as when Obama said that he revered Reagan. Like, you might as well, like, why would you say the same dumb shit that Obama said just from the female perspective? Okay. Well, you're both like these right-wing quasi-Nazis is what you're saying. You're black. Why the fuck are you saying that shit? You and Obama need to not ever say that if you want us to trust you. And that really made me not trust Obama when he said that shit. Oh, I'm just like Reagan. I like Reagan. He's my favorite. No, what the fuck? Why are you sucking that old evil bastard's dick post-mortem? Shit on his grave. You don't deserve your respect. He's evil. He fucked up our communities. He fucked up everybody's finances, really. But yeah, he really was no benefit to the black community. Like they put him up to represent for us, but all he's doing is serving the white supremacy when he says shit like that. And when he goes and drone strikes brown and black countries or helps overthrow Libya, yeah, that makes him just another puppet of imperialism, white imperialism and colonialism. That's why I stopped. I mean, I stopped trusting him early. Like, when he won, I didn't think things were going to improve. I'm looking at all the people he's surrounded by. Like, yeah, he's not really in charge, is he? Like, the stuff he's going to do is going to be the shit that those, pale faces behind him are going to want to do. The same old business as usual, evil ass shit. Evil colonialism and imperialism. And yeah, that's what happened. There's no benefit to the working people, black and brown people, Asian, no marginalized people, or non-Aryan people, basically. Not that hard, but damn. It's just reacting to him. It's sometimes the problem. But the dash needs to have less. It needs more friction. I'm sliding all over the place when I'm doing it sometimes. It shouldn't happen. Shit pisses me off. Fuck out of here, man. Bullshit. Hit the hill. Let me get a chance to fucking hit. Jesus. I was gonna do the charge attack, but then I realized, nah, that doesn't get me back in. So. soak though, damn it. Well, now I do. Fuck. What? I hate this motherfucker, dude. I just gotta wait till he throws his dumb balls. Throws his fucking ball. Alright.
He barely keeps himself alive. I mean, he's a grifter. He's a grifter. This is his job. His job is to, like, specifically highlight how much of a anti-fascist he was when there's no evidence to suggest that he ever was engaging in any anti-fascist action whatsoever. But also, once again, every single thing that this administration is attacking is actually just protected by the First Amendment. Can you check my logs again? I did it right this time. No. Stop. Stop demanding I check your logs. I will never check your logs. Stop it. This and the RICO stuff is so baseless just to force people to divert money to prepping to fight lawsuits so they don't give money to progressive groups. Yes, I've said this so many times. How can I have my views? It's literally once you see the issues, it's impossible to go back without having some serious moral depravity. Well, money is a good way to make people reconsider. Okay?
Do what I want you to
anyway,
do right
but
now.
ultimately, listen. We were going to go through the Antifa designation yesterday. Okay?
That's why I couldn't do this job.
And there are numerous parts of that designation.
I get too pissed off. I just do this to relax.
That isn't simply around like what you would understand is like the anti-fascist action or whatever. It's just any kind of demonstration, any kind of expression of discontent. Yeah. If this were to be, if this were to go in somehow, if they were to, I don't know, find a way, if they were to find a way to pull through and actually make it illegal, make anti-fascism a terrorism designation or whatever, then the executive order very clearly spells out every single act of discontent against the current administration. Okay? Trump's executive order designating Antifa as a domestic terror org is worded so that anyone protesting ICE agents, filming or asking them for ID, or informing people of their rights can be charged as a domestic terrorist. This isn't an attack on Antifa, this is an attack on our rights. Government, law enforcement authorities, and our system of law. It uses illegal means to organize and execute a campaign of violence and terrorism nationwide to accomplish these goals. This campaign involves coordinated efforts to obstruct enforcement of federal laws through armed standoffs with law enforcement, organized riots, violent assaults on immigration and customs enforcement and other law enforcement officers, and routine doxing of and other threats against political figures and activists. Antifa recruits, trains, and radicalizes young Americans to engage in this violence and suppression of political activity, then employs elaborate means and mechanisms to shield the identities of its operatives, conceal its funding sources and operations in an effort to frustrate law enforcement, and recruit additional members. They tried doing this and failed to do so in the Los Angeles protests. If you recall, there was a dude who brought a bunch of face shields, right? As many others had. This is called mutual aid. The police were using chemical weapons on tax-paying citizens, exercising their First Amendment rights, and they're expressing their discontent against the administration doing ICE deportation initiatives in their neighborhoods. They arrested the guy. They arrested a guy who was in a truck, and the truck bed was full of face shields. And local media picked it up and immediately were like, this guy is Antifa, this guy is Antifa. Why did they release him? Because it is not illegal to do mutual aid at a fucking protest. It is not illegal to bring water bottles so you can hand it off at protests. It is not illegal to offer people masks at protests. It is not illegal to offer people face shields at protests. This is called mutual aid. Protests are protected by the First Amendment, and doing mutual aid at a protest is also protected. People do not understand what these guys are trying to do. They are trying to make it illegal to do any kind of protest and then stamp you as Antifa, which, by the way, it is anti-fascist. It is inherently anti-fascist to protest against a fascist government. That is what it is. I can't believe we're not even done with the first year of this goddamn administration. Yeah, it's a militarist, anarchist enterprise that explicitly calls for the overthrow of the United States government,
I don't know why you want to stay here.
law enforcement authorities, and our system of law. For the record, explicitly calling for the overthrow of the United States government is also protected speech. You can say it any day of the fucking week. You can be like, I want the United States government to be overthrown. You can say that in the United States of America. You can't say it in other countries. You can certainly say it in the United States of America. Suck my fucking dick. That's number one. Okay? Not agreeing with that statement is one thing. You could say, I don't agree with your statement. I think you hate America. You can say whatever the fuck you want, but you can't prosecute it.
I do hate America.
Okay? You cannot prosecute it. That is ridiculous. Law enforcement authorities and our system of law. Again, overthrowing law enforcement authorities, overthrowing our system of the law. You can say those things every day of the fucking week. Okay? Ridiculous that they would try to criminalize this. This is a severe violation of the First Amendment. It uses illegal means to organize and execute a campaign of violence and terrorism nationwide to accomplish its goals. Bullshit. This campaign involves coordinated efforts to obstruct enforcement of federal laws through armed standoffs with law enforcement, organized riots, violent assaults on immigration. Now, remember, Republicans always, when they are criticizing their opponents, when they're attacking their opponents, they're going to greatly exaggerate. They're going to try to make their worldview and their goals and their ambitions seem more normal, right? Because they are operating within the confines of the existing permission structure. So obviously they can't be like, they're throwing First Amendment protected protests and we want to stop it. So they say organized riot. They don't want to say campaign involves coordinated efforts to obstruct enforcement of federal laws through armed standoffs with law enforcement, which would be like armed demonstrations, which again, protected by the First Amendment. Can't say that. So they have to say, oh, they're trying to do armed standoffs with law enforcement. Violent assaults on immigration and customs enforcement and other law enforcement officers, which is already illegal. You don't need to you don't need to add that in. That is already illegal. You cannot violently assault an ICE officer or other law enforcement officers. That's already illegal. Why did you add that into this fucking provision? Why'd you add that into this executive order if it is already fucking very illegal? Shut the fuck up.
ICE is doing evil shit.
Okay.
They just, self-defense
and
is
routine
self-defense.
doxing, which can mean literally demanding
a lot of people,
identification
pull
of ICE
ICE's
agents.
code card
This is technically
lately,
also
and it's been
unmasking ICE
working.
agents, which the California state
I don't
provision
fault
just kicked
anybody
in
from
and will be doing, right? If
using
ICE
force
actually
against-
follows through, they're not
against
going to follow
ICE.
through. Obviously, in their regular operations, they will probably continue masking
it's
themselves.
working,
But that's
too,
what that
so-
means when they say doxing ICE agents. That's
Never
what they're
gonna
talking about.
discourage it.
These public servants that are working at the behest of the citizenry, supposedly, okay? They're being
Don't
doxed.
let fucking ICE
It's
run
fucking
up on
bullshit. And other threats against political figures and activists. Antifa recruits, trains, and radicalizes young Americans to engage in this violence. This part is also interesting. Recruits, trains, and radicalizes young Americans. It makes me feel like they're going to go after people that they have declared political dissenters of the administration, and then they're going to tie it back to stochastic terrorism. They're going to say that it's actually these guys are fomenting discontent and therefore doing terrorism, anti-fascist terrorism, people like myself, right? To engage in this violence and suppression of political activity. Violence and suppression of political activity, by the way. Not when the state does it, which is exactly what this executive order implies, but when people actually resist against it. Then employs elaborate means and mechanisms to shield the identities of his operatives, conceal its funding sources and operations in an effort to frustrate law enforcement and recruit additional members. Individuals associated with and acting on behalf of Antifa further coordinate with other organizations and entities for the purpose of spreading, fomenting, and advancing political violence and suppressing lawful political speech. This organized effort designed to achieve policy objectives by coercion and intimidation is domestic terrorism. Isn't this the dumb shit Destiny says all the time? Yes, he's getting his wishes across, dude. Don't worry. It's just this time he's in the crosshairs as well, because in the eyes of this administration, there's no difference between someone like him and someone like myself. Section 2, designated as a domestic terror organization. Because of the aforementioned pattern of political violence designed to suppress lawful political activity and obstruct the rule of law, I hereby designate Antifa as a domestic terrorist organization. All relevant executive departments and agencies shall utilize all applicable authorities to investigate, disrupt, and dismantle any and all illegal operations. They want to do COINTELPRO, okay? They want to restart that, but this time
he's like a Nazi who's too afraid to admit to being a Nazi. So he just says, "I'm a liberal," which is what a typical American liberal is. They're not like they capitulate to the Nazis basically. Like that motherfucker had sex with Destiny. I mean, no, he had sex with Nick Fuentes. That Nazi. So, and he had sex with fucking Kanye. It seems, who also professed. I mean, he said "Hell Hitler." Okay, that's what he's on right now. You're doing that Hell Hitler shit. Motherfucker loves Nazis, is what I'm trying to say. Destiny loves them. You also had sex with Laura Loomer, who's also another Nazi.
It's not even against the Black Panther Party or numerous other like actually formed organizations that are both anti-fascist and also seeking to uplift certain marginalized identities and groups. But this time, they're going to do this for everybody, okay? The vagueness of the anti-fascism designation is deliberate. It is by design. It is so that they can use it against anybody from fucking Jimmy Kimmel down to people like myself and down to even more radical elements within the anti-fascist movement. Okay? That's it. They'll try to infiltrate. They'll try to intercept. They'll maybe even engage in radical acts with agent provocateurs in order to justify the wholesale legal prosecution, the wholesale persecution of these groups of individuals that are understandably protesting against the administration, especially those involving terrorist actions conducted by Antifa or any person claiming to be act on behalf of Antifa or which Antifa or any person, whatever. But last part, it says this order should be implemented consistent with the applicable law. This order is not intended to and does not create any right or benefit, substantive, procedural, enforceable at law, or in equity by any party against the United States, its departments, agencies, entities, officers, employees, agents, or any other person. So this, as it stands, is nothing. It's nothing. Nothing at all.
Oh, I died at the same time?
It's not an actionable demand, and there's really nothing you can do about this. But when the administration says jump, the Republican dogs say how high, which means that they might try to prosecute all manner of discontent. So what you're saying is this is literally a shitpost. When the administration shitposts, you have to unfortunately take it seriously because this is the most consequential shitpost of all time. Under normal circumstances, you say it's ridiculous. They can't be sincere. They can't do anything about this. But it's good to still be a little bit. It's good to try and prepare against it. Anyway, now let's get to. Where is it? Now let's get to Isaac Chodener. Okay. Isaac motherfucking Chodener did an interview this time about liberalism. The interviews.
It sucks.
The interview on the New Yorker.
Liberalism,
this time, Isaac Chodener has put his crosshairs on the legal scholar Cass Sunstein, arguing for a more expansive definition of an ideology under threat. Now, liberalism is already dead.
Not that Nazi.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Isaac Chodener is the New Yorker's very own pit bull, an attack dog. I can't figure out what his like worldview is, but it doesn't matter. No matter who's in the crosshairs, he is going to slice him and dice him. Okay, it's usually always a worthwhile read. Do you read all these interviews, or are you learning as you go? I read pieces of it, but it doesn't matter because we're in for a wild journey no matter what. For several decades, Cass Sunstein has been one of the most prominent and prolific legal scholars in the United States. A one-time faculty member at the University of Chicago Law School. Sunstein co-authored with Richard Taylor the 2008 book Nudge, which advocated for government policy that pushed citizens to make certain decisions without restricting their choices. One example, asking people who are getting their driver's licenses whether they would like to be organ donors rather than leaving them to sign up for it on their own. The next year, Sunstein joined the Obama administration. He ran the White House Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs, which essentially made him government's chief overseer of federal regulations. Sunstein, a friend of Obama from their time in Chicago, was initially the subject of right-wing conspiracy theories that painted him as an overzealous nanny state enforcer. But he ended up disappointing progressives who thought he was too deferential to the free market. Sunstein has written a new book called On Liberalism, which is a defense of the idea of liberalism at a time when Sunstein believes it is under threat from both the right and the left. The book barely mentions Donald Trump or contemporary politics, however, and instead provides a defense of general liberal belief system. Sunstein's conception of liberalism is quite capacious. It includes New Deal liberals and so-called classical liberals, including, I'm going to get to the flotilla after this. Okay? I'm going to get to the flotilla after this.
You know, the right-wingers
guys,
who like
when stuff like this happens immediately, what do I always tell you? Okay? We're going to wait. We're going to wait for now, and then we're going to get to it after. Okay? We're going to wait for more information to come in, including Frederick von Hayek and Robert.
Respect the working class, specifically what a liberal is in this country. And in other countries, a liberal is considered more right-wing anyway. They're not really considered leftist. They're only considered leftist in this fucking country because this is a capitalist hellhole, but liberals are not considered leftists in other parts of the world, especially in the global south, where these fucking Milton Friedmans have really showed their Nazi colors. And Milton Friedman is the liberalism that the rest of the world knows. Chicago boys, that liberalism, the anarcho-capitalist bullshit. Which is not communist in any way. It's ANCAP bullshit. It's that Ayn Rand shit. That's the liberal they mean, and they call that fucking classical liberal. It's robber baron worship.
Nozick, as well as politicians such as Ronald Reagan, recently spoke with Sunstein, currently a professor at Harvard Law School, about the book and our current political moment. During our conversation, which has been edited for length and clarity, we discussed how to understand the origins of the conservative movement, his confidence that the Supreme Court is committed to liberal ideals, and his friendship with a man whom many liberals consider a war criminal, Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, he's evil as fuck.
You have chosen to write a book about liberalism at a time when liberalism is under threat without really talking about what those threats are. It's more of a positive case for liberalism. Why'd you decide to write this particular book? Partly it's temperamental. Probably that's the fundamental answer. To say that there are these people and they have names and they are doing and saying awful things would be, for me, unpleasant. Even if it's the president, even in the event that it's the president. That's right. I feel a little bit that it would date the book and cheapen the analysis if I was calling out the president or calling out some contemporary prominent person. But I think the more fundamental and more truthful answer is talking about the president makes me grumpy, and talking about John Stuart Mill or John Rawls makes me the opposite of grumpy. So the conversation starts off on a positive note. It's friendly. Let's take a look at where it goes and where it unwinds to. Liberalism refers to many things. What liberalism are you talking about in the book? This is not liberalism of the left and not liberalism of the neoliberal sort associated with a particular set of right-wing views, but instead a commitment to freedom, pluralism, and the rule of law. This, in my opinion, is the dying breath of liberalism and neoliberalism in general. And there are a bunch of thinkers who have made all of their money and made all of their prominence off of defending these institutions, defending these concepts, who are now trying to desperately either rebrand or defend it on principle. One example of this is Abundance, right? The Abundance book, to me, represents a new way, a new method of defending neoliberalism, defending liberalism in general, and trying to do it in a way where you're like adding not necessarily new conditions, but like a new patina, right? Because even liberals themselves understand that this monoculture is destined for doom and despair. It's over. People are moving away from it. Okay? And unfortunately, many people are not just moving away from it, but they're moving in the direction of fascism, fascist mechanisms of control, rather than moving away from it towards a new evolution of the economy, one that actually analyzes the class contradictions and one that actually seeks to have more egalitarian outcomes for all on the basis of class, rather than other sectarian identity metrics, color, creed, religious background, ethnicity, nationality, and the like. Unfortunately, due to the endless conquest that liberals have engaged in against their left flank, they have designed this environment where fascism can thrive. Let's continue. That's the holy trinity of the liberal tradition. Freedom has crashed out, most importantly in terms of freedom of speech and freedom of religion, but it also includes private property. Pluralism is our currency. It also means respect for people who have diverse ethnicities, diverse religious convictions, and diversity in their sense of what kind of life is good. Even though the book isn't about liberalism in the sense of modern American political liberals, it did seem that you were both trying to explain why you have some sympathy with that form of liberalism, but also that when it comes to a larger tradition, you have affection and respect for a much broader category of liberals. Is that accurate? It's completely correct. I almost called the book Big Tent Liberalism, which means a form of liberalism that includes Ronald Reagan and Barack Obama, and that includes Mill and Robert Nozick, who was a libertarian. There's a wide range of people who intensely disagree with each other. And that is what the book is fundamentally celebrating, the liberal tradition that unites these diverse figures. What surprised me in the writing is that I spent much of my career arguing with right-of-center liberals and being skeptical of some of the views of Hayek or people.
Like, Obama only looks leftist compared to, like, decades worth of Reaganism. Like, when Reaganism started, it was you know, you could perceive it as more left wing, but that's only because things have been steadily moving more to the right. Okay, And when you're comparing Obama to like a Bush or something, maybe he looks more leftist when compared to a McCain or something, or a Romney, or some of the shit Bush was doing, or Trump is doing right now. But he's not really like left of Reagan in any way. He's more of Reagan. So he's not leftist. He's not a leftist figure. He's not a progressive, really. He's just a position to look like a progressive figure to get people to go along with a puppet who ended up betraying them to Wall Street, Raytheon, Lockheed Martin, AIPAC as well. Well, you know, people, the precursors and all that.
People who I would call overenthusiastic free marketeers. But doing the book, I came to see them as brothers and sisters. The fundamental values that they speak for are ones I'm honored to share. And in time, when illiberal and anti-liberal thinking is riding high, to see free marketeers, the anti-government liberals, as allied in their insistence on freedom, pluralism, and the rule of law is, I think, a step forward.
The ones who worship the invisible
Yes, he wrote recently, once upon a time I regarded Hayek, Ludwig von Mises, and the Austrians, and also Robert Nozick, Murray Rothbard, and the...
Oh, Murray Rothbard, that Nazi from the Mises Institute. Oh, he blows the fuck up. What a cheater. You gonna blow up again? Oh, we got an achievement called Judge Defeat the Last Judge. Okay. Well, we've accomplished something for tonight. We got a cutscene even. Interesting. Huh. I like what I see. Is this like the inverted castle from Castlevania? It looks just like it. So now we're in Act 2. We finally are. Okay. I was wondering if we were in there or not, but it tells us. Okay. Citadel of Song. Did I ruin anything though? I hope I didn't ruin any stories by coming here. There's another door I opened downstairs, but I forgot where it was. Opened it with the notes. Oh, stand. I'm surprised we even made this thing go down. We're so thin. Or Hornet is so thin, anyway. Shit. Oh, inspect. The machine is playing a model of the Citadel. Oh, we still have our rosaries. Okay. Yeah, we did pick them up every time. Oh, we got a map. It's not a very big map. But I guess we have it. Yeah. I need to find a bench and then I'll end it. Okay.
The libertarians with respect and admiration. And the
Murray Rothbard is a Nazi who helped found the Mises Institute, which is a shitty neoliberal site that's just it's for libertarians who are like and also paleo conservatives, which is just another fancy modern word for like you're a fucking Klansman or a Nazi, basically. Paleo conservative was one of the sneaky words they used to use. I don't hear it very much anymore. People don't call themselves paleo conservatives anymore because people know what that is now. They can't fool them anymore with that term. But at first it was just used to hide the fact that they're Nazis. Another mealy-mouthed term to just not say Nazi. But that's what a paleo conservative is. And Murray Rothbard was a Nazi. He like platform Nazis. Oh, did we do something? Are we stuck here? Okay. Well. Okay. The elevator's broke, guys. Need to get maintenance out here. Oh, it's broke. Can't even activate. Okay. Oh, we're dead now. We're always lying in that Yamcha pose whenever we like fall to a new area. I need a bench, bitch.
Austrians, and also Robert Nozick, Murray Rothbard, and the Libertarians with respect and admiration, but in important ways as adversaries.
Yeah, the Austrian school, Mises Institute, classical liberal, paleo conservative, these are all like the same fucking inner circles that were all, or not inner circles, but belief structures and figures that were all established to be counter narratives to Das Kapital in the writings of Lenin and Stalin and in the Soviet Union, basically. That's all they exist for. They are reactionary disciplines and ideology that were just made to counter communist thought in writing. They were astroturfed by wealthy people, especially like the Koch brothers for a while, but not just them. The Coors family, the Millen and Chaffes, like all these corporations, people attached to oil and beer and shit like that. The Welch family, who was well, that guy started the John Birch Society, which is just another like, you know, Austrian school cocksuckers, but also with a bit of Southern religion mixed in. Hillbilly. It's like a hillbilly variant of the Austrian school, the John Birch Society. They really hated the Soviet Union. Anyway.
They were not, I thought, on my team. I no longer...
Ron Paul was part of them. That's how I know. I really got familiar with them when I looked into Ron Paul's back history. He was a Nazi. He was a Klansman. So I wasn't rocking with the whole Ron Paul shilling too that went on for a bit around the time of Obama.
Or think that. I think they are on my team, or much better, that I am on their team. Every single person demonstrated here, from Mises to Hayek to especially Rothbard, are fucking freaks, by the way.
Yeah, they
which
are.
I assume
They're
Isaac Chodener is going to bring up. I did see some of the statements that he made. Okay? Like, they are, like, Rothbard, for example, is the one who coined the term baby marketplace. If you want to understand how fucking insane they are. Okay?
Yeah.
Rothbard believed
it's voodoo economic shit. That's what he professed. These are like troubadours of the fucking trickle down voodoo economics of the Reagan era and onward. They call it voodoo economics because it's antithetical to the preservation of people's well-being. It's only good for wealthy people. Yeah, give money to the wealthy people in the hopes that they'll trickle it down back to the underclass, which they never do. They just collectivize it for themselves and don't really reinvest back into the economy or the people. They just hold it hostage. That's all they end up doing. And they're still doing it, and we're still following this same fucking practice of voodoo economics. Yeah, give the wealthy all the money, give them all the tax breaks, and things will be all right. Like, they're just gaslighting us. They know it won't be all right for us. They just want to steal money. It's just an excuse for them and their wealthy buddies to steal money. And Donald Trump was one of them. He's wealthy. He wants to give his fellow wealthy class more money so they'll like him and they won't make fun of him for being broke like Barbara Walters did all them years ago because he's a failure as a businessman. Anyway, it's late, so I'm going to end it. But well, actually, no, we're going to listen to this for a little bit and then I'll end it because they're kind of explaining a lot of important things That's a big part of the problem of our economics in the U.S. and much of the Western world, because they all adopted this shitty ass voodoo economics, trickle down, Nazi loving shit. This was also the problem in the UK with Margaret Thatcher, who was just a female British Reagan. And, you know, this also manifested in other parts of Europe during that era. And also in Latin America ever since Pinochet, and just basically an operation set up by the Chicago boys from the Chicago School, Milton Friedman School of Thought, and the CIA. That's what neoliberalism does. We've seen the history of it. It fucks up countries, much less ours. Like, the U.S. only prospered because the Soviet Union. I mean, the U.S. only got its treats, quote unquote. I hate referring to it as treats, but this is what Assam would refer to it as. You know, entitlements that the public had, that benefited them, quote unquote treats. But the only reason the U.S. ever had those was because the Soviet Union existed and had their own treats that represented the worker, represented the average person, the peasant, you know, peasants and the worker and the average person, you know, the underclass, people who are not wealthy. And so the U.S. feared that. They feared the public over here having their own Bolshevik-style revolution. So they gave them some entitlements with Roosevelt, you know. Roosevelt was not really a fan of the worker, but he saw where the wind was blowing, and he saw, yeah, they might do a Bolshevik revolution like they did over in the Soviet Union, so we're going to have to give them something to make them not side with them Russians. So he suggested they do that. But, you know, Wall Street didn't like that, even though, you know, he did it for their benefit because, you know, the peasants might revolt and tear you guys down too. I did it to protect you. That's why I did the New Deal. But yeah, the Wall Street they're just so greedy. They didn't care that he did it for them. They wanted to do like some assassination attempt on him using this guy named Smedley Butler, who's a military man who really did a lot of whistleblowing on how the military was basically owned by Wall Street and doing the bidding of wealthy aristocracy and not the people. So he foiled that plan to assassinate Roosevelt at the time. Even though Roosevelt's not really a good person, he only did it for like self-serving reasons. But he understood what they needed to do to keep the people from revolting. And ever since, you know, but that's why we had entitlements. That's why we had things like, you know, affordable housing, FHA loans, GI Bills, Social Security, time off, overtime, vacation days, weekends. People didn't even used to commonly have weekends off. But yeah, healthcare, free education. The Soviet Union was doing all that before the U.S. So that's why that even happened. That's why people considered that a more prosperous times compared to when Reaganomics took over. It was prosperous times for white people, at least, you know, middle-class white people. Not so much black folks, but still, you know. We could also use that too, but they don't want to give it to us. They don't want to give it to anybody because then black people might get it. I mean, that's the motivation for some people to not want to actually install those things anymore. Because it was fine back when white people were exclusively getting that shit. But if, you know, a bunch of brown, black, Asian, Orientals, the Muslims get it, then we don't want it to happen because they might benefit. All right? Sad but true.
That there should be a marketplace of children where parents can volunteer their children in the marketplace of babies to ensure
he's talking about
that
Murray, he's talking about Murray Rothbard. This is a thing he said apparently. What did he say?
marketplace of children.
Murray
AB
Rothbard's
market
the Mises guy. He was a paleo-conservative, like I said.
place. If you want to Rothbard, for example, is the one who coined the term baby marketplace. If you want to understand how fucking insane they are, okay? Rothbard believed that there should be a marketplace of children where parents can volunteer their children in the marketplace of babies to ensure that children are sold to the highest bidder. A commitment to market economics to such a degree.
Yeah, child slavery, if not Epstein shit. Yeah, Murray Rothbard's not a good person. I think he's dead now. But he might still be alive.
That he believed in his mind that if parents were to sell off their children, the parties with financial power to purchase them would actually do a better job of raising them. Okay? Also known as child trafficking, for the record. That's just what we know it as. Yeah. Hayek also had a number of different racist opinions. Anyway, let's move on. I'm sure they'll get brought up. And of course, you talk about Reagan. One thing I thought you were trying to do was bring the fathers of modern conservative movement or the modern conservative movement for 2016 into the tent of liberalism. Is that accurate? I did an op-ed on the New York Times on liberalism in 2023, and I got a stream of notes from people who are right of center, one of whom is a very distinguished academic who said, I am a liberal and I'm a conservative. Liberalism is what I want to conserve. I worked as a young lawyer in the Reagan
administration. I believe you can be a liberal and a conservative because they're both right-wingers. It's not that far-fetched. They're not doing leftism. They're not pro-worker. They're not in support of the working class. Even if some liberals might be workers themselves, but if they profess that ideology, that Milton Friedman shit, they're not pro-worker.
I didn't vote for Reagan. I served him as best as I could with alarm at some of the things he did and appreciation for others. That's all you need to know, by the way. Why did a guy who worked as a lawyer in the Reagan administration get a prominent place in the Obama administration is a question one must be asking themselves. And in some ways, that is because this person is honest.
Obama's not a leftist or progressive. He still has this narrative attached to him when he was just another Reagan. He's just another a continuation of Reaganomics. Why don't people get that right now? I don't get it. He was a Trojan horse.
They're both fucking liberals, okay? Obama and Reagan alike. So in some ways, this book is correct. It's just that the defense of liberalism is ultimately incorrect. In retrospect, for the Reagan people, at least in the year I worked there, which was the first year, the rule of law was bedrock. So in the Justice Department, we told the White House that certain things weren't lawful and that they couldn't do them. Instead of fighting, they said, well, let's do something else. I've had a love-hate relationship with Hayek, maybe more like love skepticism, kind of like a romance that isn't going to work. But now the love is in a big font and the skepticism is in a smaller font. Many of the people on the left really don't like him at all. But part of my fondness for Hayek was fueled by a book he wrote about John Stuart Mill. It's really a collection of letters between Mill and Harry.
Figure of the Austrian school who sucked dick like Mises. They were astroturf figures to be like anti-communist. They wrote anti-communist script, anti-Dusk, anti-Marx, anti-Lenin script, paid for by wealthy people. And their books were always astroturf. They were never popular with the people. They were always bought up by wealthy figures in their little shell companies to make it look like their books are popular when they never really were.
Harriet Taylor, his wife. Some of these letters are from before they were married. It's kind of scandalous, and Hayek was really into it. There's a lot of passion there. That makes me love Hayek. Also, it's a book about freedom. Why would he do the book? It's a book about freedom between two people who loved each other. Hayek talked about disliking Near Eastern students because they were fundamentally dishonest. He said that he had a profound dislike for the typical Indian students of the London...
There's a common sort of theme with Austrian school thinking, if you don't notice. Yeah, it's just they're anti-communist, so yeah, they're just straight up Nazis. just like their Nazi ancestors who fought the communists. They're just Nazis. That's it. They thought Hitler did nothing wrong. They thought slavery. Well, you go on the Miser site. They said, well, slavery wasn't bad. It was good for the black people. Things were better back when they were slaves and all this weird fucking shit. This gaslighting. Evil ass fucking Klansman shit.
London School of Economics, which I admit are all one type. Bengali moneylender sons. I didn't know about that. Wow. Hayek was a very complicated figure. He wrote a lot. Some of it's not so good. The Hayek that I admire is the Hayek who was an extremely persistent and repetitive and powerful critic of socialist planning on the ground. Like, this guy literally goes, oh, he's a racist?
I'm surprised he's a racist. You know, I only, revered Mary Rothbard and these other racists and people who supported Pinochet, who went and did a bunch of fucking death squads against a bunch of Latin Americans in Chile and Nicaragua and shit, you know? I'm surprised that they're racist. Like, I don't know how oblivious you gotta be, man. You gotta have like nothing in your head, no brain whatsoever.
But guess what? He fucking on the ground. Like, this guy literally goes, oh, he's a racist? But guess what? He fucking hated socialism. Oh, he's a racist, but he was a profound anti-socialist.
Hating socialism, it makes up for being a racist, because no one expects someone who hates socialism to not be a racist. You know, those Nazis were notoriously not racist. You know, those Romas and Slavs they killed, called them Untermensch. All that eugenic sterilizing they did, yeah.
Socialist, and guess what? I really like the anti-socialism, so I can totally overlook the profound racism, which once again begs the question, who's in the fucking tent? Okay?
Racist.
Who's in big tent liberalism? Because it seems to me
Nazis.
like racists are in the big tent liberalism as long as they are anti-socialist. Kind of feels like a lot of liberals who associate themselves with the moniker, especially at this point, and I don't mean just like people who go, I'm a liberal, I'm a Democrat. Who
like a lot of the reason these people hate it, like being anti-socialist is just, I mean, you're coming off of some racist sort of background to begin with. This is why they call black people socialists without even having like a political sort of position. Like I've been called like a de facto socialist since I was a child, just on the fact of being black. I had no political consciousness. Like even before I had political consciousness, I was called a liberal, or not a liberal, a socialist. Well, yeah, a liberal too, because over here we got the wrong idea about a liberal being leftist when it's not. This is why over here they distinctly distinguish liberal from classical liberal. This is what liberals over here like to be called, the big L liberals. We prefer to be called classical liberals. We don't want to be considered any leftists in any way. Well, now we're gonna die. This is the path of pain. Oh my god. This is literally the path of pain. What the fuck? At least they spawn me in one of those seats, so I don't have to pay every time. Just respawn. Why do they look like they got Ushankas on. Are they supposed to be representing Russia or some bullshit? I don't know if I appreciate the representation. If this is like a slight against the Soviet Union, I don't know how to feel about that. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. It's probably just a hood. And they just have horns and it makes it look like an Ushanka a little bit. think it's just their horns. There's nothing really meant by it. Where's my shit? Oh, it's over there. I do need to go though. It's like 3:30. Man, this is a painful path of pain. What the fuck? I gotta wait for the sparks to... Oh, something fell on me. That's what it really was. Oh my god, this place sucks. Where is it at? Oh, it's over there. And more of this shit.
The fuck, whatever. I'm not talking about the average normies. I'm talking about the thinkers, right? I'm talking about party politicians. I'm talking about people who engage in commentary, right? Like professional media broadcasts and things of that nature. A lot of those guys exist within the confines of what is allowed in liberal ways of thinking, okay? And that consistently moves further and further to the right. It expands further and further to the right. It never expands to the left.
Obama looks leftist.
There is a
because things
point
have been
that it
further
does not
moved
go
to the
beyond.
right, steadily.
Once you start talking about class politics, you're out. They'll allow you to speak. They'll allow you to say your piece, but they will never agree with you. But they will never align with you. They will, however, align with people who are increasingly to their right. As long as they too
always
can
capitulate to
unify under the banner of anti-communism and anti-socialism.
Yeah, as long as you're like
This
that.
is the reason why America has eviscerated its left flank. This is the reason why the socialist alternative is never represented in society. And that's why a lot of liberals are now looking around going, why the fuck can't we deal with these goddamn fascists? What's happening? These guys are racist. I'm not racist. I'm a free market guy. I don't like all the additional racist shit that these guys are presenting.
You're a free market guy? What do you mean
winning.
by that?
Why are they
I don't
winning?
get it.
Because all the fucking free market guys and all the liberals that are supposedly in the middle of this monoculture.
What's the free
have
market
spent
to you?
Every waking moment.
I distrust
completely
anybody who
shutting
says
off their left flank.
They like the free market. What do you mean? You think corporations are allowed to just fund whatever the fuck they want, and they should be considered people? That's not what I don't support that at all. I think we need to like throw more billionaires in jail, if anything. They shouldn't be allowed to fund elections. They should be arrested if they're caught doing that. And we could look at all their FE's SEC sort of files to see who funded who. If we see their names on there, they get to go to jail, and their money gets deducted from them. We get to deduct their fucking account. I don't know why anyone thinks that these wealthy people are entitled to keep their money when they're doing shit like that. Like, why would you like sell out to them? No. Take their money. Confiscate that shit. They're doing evil shit like that. They don't deserve it. That goes to the public funds now. Not yours anymore, bitch. You showed your true colors. The needs of the wealthy people should not outweigh our needs. So, like, infinite growth profiteering is not something worth protecting. Right? Like, that's just some pump and dump type of setup. That's not going to be beneficial to a society. Well, if we don't see profits increase every year forever and all into eternity, well, this company deserves to to be gotten rid of, because that's all we have it for, is to, you know, be fucking vampires who leech off of profits of other people, and then we dump it and go to another company and leech off of them. And if they're not making us profits every fucking year, well, then that company's not worth keeping around anymore, and neither are the employees. Fire all of them so we get our profits. Like, how is that good for a society? That's what the free market does. I don't think that's worth protecting or defending. So you got to be specific about what. Oh, I like the free market. Tell me what you like about it before I validate your answer there. Hassan. What does he mean by that? Maybe he's quoting someone. He wasn't really saying that. Let me rewind.
And that's why a lot of liberals, the reason why America has eviscerated its left flank. This is the reason why the socialist alternative is never represented in society. And that's why a lot of liberals are now looking around going, why the fuck can't we deal with these goddamn fascists? What's happening? These guys are racist. I'm not racist. I'm a free market guy. I don't like all the additional racist shit that these guys are presenting. And they're winning. Why are they winning? Because all the fucking free market guys and all the liberals that are supposedly in the middle
I think
of
he was
this
just quoting somebody.
monoculture.
He's not saying he's free market. He's just quoting somebody. Okay. Well, I just care about the market. I didn't mean to, you know, I didn't really mean to endorse all that racist shit. It's really odd that these free market guys keep endorsing racist shit. It's almost like it was created just to be reactionary to the communists who fought against imperialism and really, backed armed resistance.
Okay, have spent every waking moment.
They fought against colonialism.
Complete.
They supported the black liberation movements. They supported the global South liberation movements.
Shutting off their left flank. And when I say socialist alternative, I don't mean it in a trot way. Please stop. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying
trot.
that the
Okay.
alternative to capitalism is socialism.
At least Hassan is, he understands Trotsky's not real communism. Thank God. He's at least that informed. He ain't like some of these other motherfuckers who are in BreadTube or even also on Twitch. Well, yeah, BreadTube is also on Twitch, or at least they used to. I don't think BreadTube is a thing anymore, especially after all the figures got exposed as right-wing or pedophiles. So, I don't know. But yeah, a lot of the Western white so-called communist figures were just trots in this, a lot of them have fallen on the wayside. They're gone now, or they just pivoted straight to right-wing shit. Like, yeah, what, shoe on head? How many fucking times? God damn it. And Vosh has always been right-wing to me, but he never fooled me, but people think he's like a real communist. He's more of an anarchist anyway. Okay, well, I'm gonna end it. I'll just come back tomorrow. This shit is hard. It's late. This is the path of pain to be. Like, these fucking enemies, they move different on top of all these hazards, these environmental hazards. But yeah, I gotta go. I won't be playing this tomorrow, but I'll eventually play this, I guess, on the weekend or something. And we'll finish up. I want to play a Silent Hill and probably some other shit this week. Oh yeah, Sonic is coming out, the Sonic racing game. I'm going to be maining my boy Espio, the Chameleon. That's my homie. That's my favorite, or my second favorite Sonic character. Anyway. Have a good night for anyone who might see this and feature me. We'll be listening to this at work. As background noise. Take care. Bye.